dangerous. Get dangerous. Shameless. Basic. Shameless. Get dangerous. That's my.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. Welcome back to another week of streaming. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Thursday, my friends. Scott, good to see you. Bomb Tech, welcome. Andre Aviation, good to see you. Danny Plays Tech, welcome. Ken, good to see you, dude. Occupied Andy, good to see you. Sassy Gaming, good to see you. Captain Dom, welcome. Andy, good to see you. Andy times 2, good to see you. Greg, good to see you. Euro Aviation TV, Gary P, Jody Doc, Michael Franken, Greg Elwell, Trowo, good to see you. Colru, good to see you. ADS, good to see you. Axel Johan, welcome back. Quick Match, good to see you, dude. Skyworker, how are you, my friend? Welcome back. Leonard Grant, good to see you. Grant Glossop, good to see you. CHLM, welcome back, my friend. Garnet, good to see you. Jadash Rad, welcome. Rohit, good to see you, my friend. Steve Arrow, good to see you. Soren Nornson, welcome back, my friend. Soren. VIP Freddy, Randy is here. Flying FS is here. Life Begins at 40, good to see you, my friend. Tenure to Mobile, welcome back as well. Thank you for coming to hang out today, man. I really do appreciate it, guys. I hope everybody is doing well. We're kicking off the week here, chat, in the big beast, the Cargolux 747-800i, the default Asobo 747, if you will. A lot has changed with this aircraft over the last couple of months, would you say, I guess? It just received even more updates. It just received another huge update thanks to the working title team. I was able to do one practice flight last night, and I gotta say, chat, the aircraft flies fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed my flight. I did this route yesterday. It was great. I would just like to touch on something briefly. I was supposed to do a round trip today. Obviously, in case you didn't notice, I changed the title and I changed the thumbnail. We're only doing the one leg today. I have an appointment that I need to get to between this stream and the next stream. If you guys also missed it, I started streaming Thursday evenings, so we will be live again this evening, and we're going to be celebrating Citation Max's birthday. It is the wonderful friend of the channel, awesome content creator on YouTube, Mr. Citation Max. It is his birthday. We're going to be taking part in a celebration this evening. We're going to be flying from Detroit to White Plains. So that's going to be a lot of fun. If you're looking for something to do this evening, you are around, you're in North America, you're in Europe, you want to stay up extra late, we will be doing that this evening. So just the one leg today, and then of course we have our long haul on Saturday, which I have it all figured out. I haven't told you guys what we're doing yet, but we have a long haul on Saturday. We're going to be going across the Atlantic. I'll leave it that way. You guys can discuss what flight you think we're going to be doing. We are going to be in the 747 for our long haul as well. So we do in cargo, we do in passenger. Oh, baby. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great content. And then what we're going to do on Sunday, because Sunday is Canadian Thanksgiving, I can't stream crazy late Sunday either. What we're going to do on Sunday is we're going to do the return flight from Prestwick to Luxembourg. That will be Sunday afternoon. Well, we're going to have an 8-hour flight, roughly 7.5, 8-hour flight on Saturday as well. So it's going to be a crazy busy weekend. We've got a lot of stuff to do. I believe we're going to be in the 747 all week. Pending it doesn't give me any issues. Like I said, I flew it last night and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The aircraft feels great. There are still a few bugs here and there. I think a lot of it is my issues as well, not being able to find like the toga button and stuff like that. So I think those are some of the major issues, or not even really major issues, but issues that I've found. But other than that, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So we've got some members celebrating. We got Benny celebrating 22 months. 2 more months, sir, until you are repping that 2-year badge. Huge no floaties to you, Benny. Thank you for the support, my friend. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've got Exceli coming in with 8 months as well. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much, Exceli. I appreciate you. Celebrating 8 months, 4 more months till you've got the 1-year badge. And then we've got Steve celebrating 26 months as well. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very, very much for the support. I truly do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All 3 of you, all 4 of you. Thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate you. Andy says you got to move the camera closer in front of the throttles to see the toga button. Okay, I'm gonna look at that, Andy. We tried that last time and I couldn't find it, so I don't know, man. Yeah, like where your fingers would be if you were hands on it. Okay, I'm gonna look for it. Last time I tried to fly this airplane, Andy, we were looking for it, but we couldn't really see it. So, yeah, the performance of this aircraft, I noticed as well my frame rates on the performance of this aircraft is absolutely fantastic now. I don't know what they've done. I don't know. Obviously, some optimizations have been done to this, but yeah, Greg is guessing correct. I'm not going to quite give you the flight yet, but Greg is correct in Lufthansa ops. We are going to be flying the Lufthansa 747 across the pond, so oh baby. Euro Aviation coming in with the 5 months as well. 5 months, LOL, still here, Captain. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for 5 months of support. I truly do appreciate that, man. And we've got Flight 001 celebrating 10 months. Says, hey, Captain, how is your day? My day is good, my friend. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Thank you very much for your support. I do appreciate it. So just to, again, without giving too much, we're going to be flying from the U.S. to Europe. We're not flying Europe to the U.S., so we're going to pretend that we deadheaded on a flight across the Atlantic, and then we're going to be doing the return flight because we're technically supposed to be in Europe. So I wanted to continue with the Europe theme instead of leaving Europe and flying to the US. So we're going to be flying from a US city to a European city. So we're going to be going the other way. Instead of going westbound, we're going to be going eastbound. Hey Cap, how's it going? Just swinging by for a little bit. Good to see you, Jay Stevens. Welcome, welcome. Hope all is well. If we had a better Frankfurt, that would have been the flight that we were doing, Exceli. Unfortunately, the Frankfurt for Microsoft Flight Simulator is awful. So we are not doing Frankfurt. But I mean, you guys are close. You got one of the 2 airports. So yeah. And exactly, Rasmus, we should have a nice hefty tailwind going west to east, especially now that we're getting into the fall months and winter months. So yes, you're correct. 4-engine commercial jet today. It is. Yes, sir. The big boy here in the Cargolux. Yes, we're going from JFK to Munich in the Lufthansa 747. I knew somebody would get it real quick. Yes, JFK to Munich in the 747. We're going to do Lufthansa. That will be the plan for Saturday. So if any of you want to join for a long haul, any of you are interested in doing that, Saturday is the long haul. We're going from JFK to Munich. I believe it's about an 8-hour flight. I think 7.5 to 8 hours or something like that. Also one that we've never done. We have flown into Munich in a long haul. We did it in Tolis 340, I believe. Yeah, you got my video last night, Davis. That was a beauty. That was a good one, man. There needs to be good scenery for EDDF. Correct. I'm not gonna. The performance is abysmal and it doesn't even look good. That's why I'm not really bothering with Frankfurt until we get. What are we getting? We're getting an Aerosoft Frankfurt now or something like that, I think. So yeah, I think the 747 only flies to Frankfurt, and Munich is the 340. Yeah, well, you know what? We're going to. No, I believe that they had it. I thought that I saw it on Flight Radar that they had it as well. We're just going to pretend that we sub out one of the airplanes. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's still real world Lufthansa ops. We'll just do it in the 74. If we had, like I mentioned, if we had good scenery for Frankfurt, we would fly to Frankfurt. But unfortunately, we just don't. We just don't have Frankfurt scenery. So yeah, DFW, another one that needs good scenery. Correct. Yes. JFK to Munich is now on a 380. Well, I was checking this morning. They were doing it. They're doing it on the 340 and the 350. Actually, no, the 350 was going to Chicago from Munich. I believe they're doing it in the 340. Anyways, guys, it doesn't matter for the aircraft, okay? Lufthansa operates 747s. That's all that matters. We can just pretend that the aircrafts get subbed out and in between for all kinds of reasons and maintenance and other things. So we also don't have a 380, so we're not going to be doing that. We also don't have a 340, so we're not going to be doing that. So we're going to be in the 747. Let's not think too much into this, okay? It's okay. We're virtually flying an airplane in the skies. It doesn't matter what we fly. Let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. We're scheduled about an hour and 45 minutes out to Glasgow Prestwick. I don't know if the airport is Glasgow Prestwick, but it's just Prestwick. But yeah, looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and jump inside the aircraft. We'll get this bad boy programmed, ready to rock and roll. I am rocking a sound pack today, so that is good news. You actually see I get better FPS inside the cockpit than we were outside the airplane, which is pretty crazy. Usually don't get that. So I definitely think some performance updates have been done to this aircraft because I'm getting amazing performance right now. First thing is first. Let's go and get the battery switch to the on position. We'll flip our standby power to the auto position, and we'll go ahead and grab left side external power and right side external power, or 1 and 2. You hear the aircraft come to life. Let's go and get our ADIRS left side nav, right side nav, center nav. Beautiful. Continue our flows down here. Everything is already on, so it's all fine. We don't need to do much. We can flip all of the hydraulics over to the auto position. That's good. Overhead lights are good. We'll get a little bit of brightness up here on the glare shield. We'll get those guys turned up. Good. We'll get a little bit of brightness on this guy as well. That should be good right about there. Good. Center pedestal. We'll go ahead and arm our emergency lights. That's new as well. You can do that. So you have to do that all the way up here. Come down here. Everything looks great. We'll leave all the fuel pumps off for now. We're not going to worry about any of those. What we can do, again, just for purposes of having everything done, we'll flip the ice protection system all to the auto position. Don't need to do much other than that. Window heat can come on as well. Wipers don't need to go on. These are all of our landing and taxi lights. All of those can stay off for now. Pressurization panel looks good. We're going to leave the yaw dampers. They're in op, obviously. Everything else looks good here. We can leave the APU bleeds are on. We'll leave the packs in the off position and the engine bleeds in the off position for now as well. We'll go and get our nav light on and our logo light, and that's pretty much it with the overhead. Everything looks good there. Beautiful. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to want to come down here to the FMC, the MICDU, the CDU, whatever you want to call it. This is the major performance, in my opinion, the major things that have been done to this aircraft to kind of bring it to a more what's the word that I'm looking for? Wow, the AIRAC extends to, actually no, October 4th to November 2nd. To bring this aircraft more into like a third-party state, if you will. Probably one of the better default, again, this is a default airplane, default FMCs, especially now with its functionality. So if you're new to flying this aircraft, you're new to flying the 787, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the menu page, you're going to want to go to your settings, and you're going to want to go to, I think it's 2 pages over right here. You're going to want to set your SimBrief username and your ID. You can use either one of these. If you put your SimBrief username, it'll populate your ID and give you a status down here. That's what you're going to want to do to get your SimBrief integration, because now it's basically a one tap. You don't have to do anything. You just literally press one button and it brings your weight, your balance, everything. So again, if we go back to our menu page, we go to settings. If you hit on weight and balance, we'll go one tab over. You can see this. Now, I would just like to point out, I've done a couple tests of this aircraft. obviously when you're on SimBrief, I'm going to go to SimBrief here so I can explain it so you guys kind of understand what I'm saying. So on SimBrief, it gives you two options, right? You've got the 747-800 and you've got the 747-800F, which stands for the freighter. If you select the freighter variant and you select the working title 747 here, it still does not, for whatever reason, it gives me a jacked up center of gravity to the point where the center of gravity will either display as orange or red, meaning like, no, you cannot depart, and you always constantly get an error about your center of gravity. The only way that I've figured out how to make it so that my center of gravity doesn't go all crazy is that you have to select, even if you're flying cargo, you have to select the 747-800 and then use the working title mod. And then that way you can just go to your passengers. I know it's not very realistic, but that's the only way that I've found. Again, I might be doing something wrong, but whenever I try and load it from the freighter version of SimBrief, my CG is completely out of whack and I can't control the CG. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. If you are having CG options or issues, just go with the passenger variant of the Navigraph. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and set from OFP. You're going to see it loading. It's going to say request sent, standby, and then you'll see that all of our passengers have now been loaded. So you can see now we've got 385 passengers. And again, I'll bring this over here so we can just kind of verify these numbers just to make sure that they're correct. Passengers 385, perfect. Empty weight, we don't need to worry about that. Estimated zero fuel weight 253,120. 253,120, that is the actual fuel weight. You can see here we've got 50% payload on the aircraft, fuel 26,652, fuel 26,652. So you know that everything is everything is brought over perfectly, which is very nice because now we don't have to kind of fuck around, pardon my French, with the whole weight and balance. You guys remember how big of a pain in the ass it is to deal with the weight and balance menu tab, and you can see here that our CG has remained within the operating limits of minimum being 11 and maximum being 33. The two practices that I tried to do loading the freighter variant, I was getting a CG of 2 and then I got a CG of 6, and they were both, the 2 was in the red, the 6 was in orange or yellow. So yeah, so Diego, again, I literally just finished explaining it, man. So whenever I'm loading freighter variant, so on SimBrief, I'm going to do this one more time because I feel like people are coming in and I don't want to be asked 1,500 times today. I'm having an issue right now with the aircraft. When I load the freighter variant, you can choose the freighter variant over here, 747-800F, and you select it on here. Whenever I do this and I plug in our flight plan and I import the data, I'm getting a CG error. My center of gravity is not good. It's in the red numbers, meaning that the aircraft is off balance, and your flare and everything, your pitch, everything is going to be all messed up. So the only workaround that I found, again, this could just be me. I don't know if it's not doing it for you. Good, awesome. But for me, the only fix is to load up the 747-800 as the working title airframe, and then instead of selecting freight, I'm just selecting passengers. So my passengers are turning into freight. You can still see, like, we still have a super heavy aircraft, 253,000 kilograms is what's going on. So that's why I'm having issues with my center of gravity. And as you can see here, center of gravity is perfectly fine whenever I load the passenger variant. So I don't know if it's something with the aircraft. It doesn't understand that it's not, you know, the aircraft doesn't understand what you're doing. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. So, and another thing here, you can see that it only says that we can take 364 passengers, but SimBrief has a total of 410. So anyways, we're only going to look at this page once. We're never looking at it again. So there you go. It's all done. From that, we're looking good. We can just go to the return page, and then what we can do is we can go directly to our route tab, or sorry, we can go to our NITREF tab. What we want to do is we want to select our GPS position. We can throw our airport in here, so we can go ELLX and throw that up into there. You can see that the numbers are almost identical, but we want the GPS position, not the airport position. So we'll grab our GPS, we'll throw that into our scratch pad immediately, the IRS align. Beautiful map. You can actually see runway 24 over there. Everything's looking good. Beautiful. So what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to go to the route tab, and what we're going to do is we're going to hit a route request. So again, one tap, give it 10 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. It should import all of your flight plan, all of your data. You can see that all of that looking good. And then what you want to do is, there it is right there, route 1 uplink ready, and you just hit the load button. One tap load, give it another 5 seconds or so, it's going to insert all the information. ELLX, EGPK, even your flight number, Cargolux 37 Bravo, it's got everything. So the only other thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to insert your runway. We're expecting runway 24 for departure, and then we're going to hit the execute button. Boom, just like that. Super easy, super simple. Honestly, doesn't get easier, and this is what's going to be huge when you're doing cross the ponds, when you're doing long hauls with all kinds of like step climbs and all. It takes care of everything for you now. It's absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to go to our VNAV tab, and we're going to go all the way to, or sorry, I'm jumping a step. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our departures and arrivals. I'm just going to confirm we don't have any ATC online, which we don't, which is perfect. We're going to be departing out of runway 24, which we've already selected. We're going to be on the Dick 5 X-ray departure. Yep, the Dick transition. Remember, chat? This is the one with the Dick transition. Dick 5 X-ray departure out of runway 24. We'll execute that. Good. We'll go to our legs page. We're just going to make sure that everything looks good there, which it does. No issues with that. Beautiful. We're going to go back to our departure and arrival page. We're going to go to index. We're going to go to arrival. As it stands right now, we're expecting runway 12 into Prestwick. So we're going to be on the Apple to Papa arrival for the ILS runway 12, and we're going to take the TRN Tango Romeo November 1 transition. I only know this because I did this flight yesterday. When we're en route, I will explain to you how I came to the conclusion of taking that transition. Beautiful. Everything looks good there. It actually is really cool. It's like a procedural turn. It's going to take us in on about a 11-mile final turn in. It's pretty cool. And then we'll go and execute that. Beautiful. We'll go to our legs tab. We'll scroll through here. We'll make sure we don't have any crazy discontinuities, which we don't. Beautiful. Everything looks good there. What we can do now is we can go ahead and go to route data, and then we're going to send off our wind request. So we're going to go request. You'll see sending. It says send, sent. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to wait for that. It's going to say wind data uplink available. You're going to hit the load tab. Beautiful. Descent forecast uplink is ready, which is correct. That's wonderful. So we can clear that out now. And then what you can do is you can go to your VNAV. You can go 2 tabs over, and you can forecast your descent winds, and you can hit the load button. And there you go. You've got all of your winds. You can see the winds at 40,000 feet are going to be 281 at 78, 30,000. It's pulling all the wind data in. For your descent, so it should give you a little bit better of a descent. The airplane shouldn't pitch over, descend at like 6,000 feet per minute. Now that's the idea of having all of this, so fingers crossed that that's actually what's going to happen. But yeah, transition altitude leaving here is 5,000 feet, and I believe it's the same thing in Prestwick, so I'm just going to put in 5,000 feet there as well, and we'll get that all bugged up. Perfect. Diego.
Hello, Captain. The other time I was flying with the 78X, and the integration of the EFB and SimBrief seemed fantastic to me.
Yes.
The only thing I didn't like is the logic during the flare. It still feels like a default airplane.
Yeah, I find the 7, so I was messing around yesterday with the 787 and the 747. In my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, the 747 flies better than the default 787. I still think the default 787 has its shortcomings, especially with the controlling on the ground and kind of the whole flight model. It just feels weird. But, yeah. DNXHC. XC. There we go. With the $15 donation, thank you very much for support, my friend. I appreciate you. Diego, thank you very much as well for the $4.12. I appreciate both of you guys. Thank you so much for support. We'll let Amy read out DNHXC Gaming. Thank you, man. The YouTube series of fun for Louis World Flight when you get to the guy from Brussels Radar says go direct to Dick was hilarious. Nice. I'm assuming it's probably one of those good waypoints in real life that people probably have a good laugh, right?
Good day, Cap. Good day, everyone in chat. All the best to you all. Cheers. Thanks
so much for your continued support, my friend, with the $15 Australian. Thank you very, very much, man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Okay, so now that we've got that's all set. We can go back to our NitRef tab, and now we can start plugging in some numbers. So, 0 fuel weight today. We know we're sitting at 255. That's good. On the reserves, we're going to put 5,000 kilograms. We'll probably have more, but we're just going to put 5,000 so we don't get a message. Our cruise level is exactly that. You can see it's already inserted some of the information, some of our flight information that we have. So we know that our cruise level is going to be 40,000 feet, so flight level 400, which is good. Our cost index, we're going to go with our usual cost index of 35. Keep it pretty simple. Should give us a good cruise speed, should give us a good climb speed. That's all good. Cruise CG 11%. Again, all of that was plugged in from the SimBrief integration, so that's all good. We'll go to our thrust limits today. We're going to do a slight derate on the takeoff. 93.9 should be good. No need to go full huge runway here in Luxembourg. I believe it's like 12,000 feet, 13,000 feet. We're departing out of runway 24 as well, so lots of room. We can do a slight derate. We could even probably do an even bigger derate, but let's keep it there. 93.4. We'll hear those engines spooling up. Let's go to our takeoff page now. We're going to be setting departing with a flaps of 10 degrees. Should be plenty. We're going to go with a flex of 50 degrees. Pretty normal, kind of like an Airbus. You set a flex temp. Our CG weight today was 19, which is going to give us a trim value of 6.0, and we've got all of our V speeds here. So we've got a V1 speed of 137, VR of 140, V2 160. And just like that, we're basically complete and set up and ready to go here, guys. Pretty simple. What we can do now is we can go to the overhead. We'll go ahead and spool up the APU, so we'll hit the start button. I believe this pump needs to come on. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to turn all the pumps on, just because, whatever. It's cargo, who cares? But the APU should be spooling up. If we jump outside, we can actually hear the APU spooling up. Now, I think I'm running a sound pack. You guys can tell me, but I am pretty sure that I'm running a sound pack. I think I'm running the, fuck, what's his name? I always forget his name, dude. You all know the sound pack that I'm running, because I don't think that those are default sounds. The FT Sim, thank you. I always forget his name. The FT Sim sounds. I'm pretty sure I'm running them, because I don't think that that's a default APU sound, because that sounds absolutely fantastic. You gotta imagine the size of an 747 EPU as well. It's probably absolutely massive here in the tail. So there we go. We should have the EPU gens available, which we do, so we'll go ahead and flip those over. We're now on EPU power. External power has been disconnected, although it still is available. Everything else looks good. We can go ahead and get both of our beacon lights on. We can go ahead and go to GSX. We're going to prepare for pushback and departure. Beautiful. We're going to be Cargolux. Wonderful. We'll set our altimeters here today. We're looking at, we'll grab the live weather. 1027 is what I'm getting. Let's go to ELLX. We'll go to weather. We've got 270 at 4 knots. 1027 on the QNH. So everything's looking good there. Initial climb will bug up 10,000, and then we need 160 on our VR speed. So we'll bug up 160 on this guy. Good. 160, and then we'll be good pilots, and we'll also sync up our runway heading, which is going to be 240. So we'll get that ready to go. So currently the tablet doesn't work. Correct. Not in this, not that I'm aware of. Anyways, it may, but not that I'm aware of. The tablet does not do anything in this airplane, although the tablet does work in the 787. There's a big tablet here in the 787. It does work in the 787, so yeah. All right, what we're going to do as well, this aircraft comes, you know, this comes with a full checklist, so I always like to highlight this. I always think it's important. I think it's good to do this. So our pre-flight parking brake is on, fuel control switches are on cutoff, so that's good. We'll go back to our normal checklist. We'll go flight deck door, good. Passenger signs are down here. Are they not in the 7? Yeah, they are. We're going to put them to auto. Good. We're going to go nose right, tail left. Yes. Good. MCP V1 heading and altitude is select. We just did that. Takeoff speeds 137, 140, 160 set. CDU pre-flight complete. Trim units is 6 units. We can set that now, I believe. Yeah, there we go. We'll set it now to 6 units. Good. Trim is done, and taxi and takeoff briefings, we'll call those complete. Super short little taxi today. We're going to be coming out of the ramp on Kilo 1, slight left turn on Alpha, and then we'll take Alpha 2 for our taxi. There you go. Taxi briefing is complete before engine start check is complete, and then next we have our before taxi. So pretty cool that it's got all of that built into it as well now. So if you're unfamiliar with the airplane, just follow the checklist and it should be pretty simple, right? Obviously you have to kind of know the flows for the overhead to see how things work, but Yeah. All right, cool. What we'll do now is we'll open up the engine bleeds, and as soon as we start our pushback, which we should be moving now, we'll just fire up engine number 3 and 4. So enjoy these sounds, guys, because they are quite special, especially the FT Sim sound pack. Give you guys a nice wing view here of engines 3 and 4 starting. It is a 747-800, so you can start both engines. You can start all 4 engines if you want to do it at the same time. So. Did you hear about the FedEx crash last night? I did not. No. Can you post the 747 camera views and the views and info in the Discord? They don't work, Cameron. I've already tried to upload them. Nobody can get them to work. I don't know why. They just don't work, man. Yeah. Like I always say, I think it's beneficial that if you're going to stay invested in flight sim, you learn how to do wing views. For whatever reason, man, half of the airplanes that I try and upload, especially these default airplanes, they don't work. DB, thanks so much for your first class subscription, my friend. I appreciate you. That was incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are these the same engines as the 787? No. These are the... Wait. No. These are the Gen X, I believe. These are the H... Are they? The Gen X? I think they are the Gen X. They're not. The 787 uses the Trent. 7,000s or 1,000s. Is that a 380? An Etihad 380 departing. Nice. Alright, let's go engine number 1 and 2. Fuel. And let's enjoy that. DB, thanks so much for your first class subscription. Welcome back, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate it, man. GeoFS, welcome aboard. Hope you're doing well. 748 uses electrics to start the engine. 78, so packs off, or is it irrelevant? Irrelevant with all these new airplanes. The 787 and the 747-800, it's all done automatically. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to turn packs off. You don't have to do anything. Does the aircraft still fly bad? It actually flies a lot better. Still a little bit hard to control on the ground. Turning is like non-existent. But yeah, left is clear, right is clear. It flies a lot better. Yeah. Yes, the GE is the Gen X, the Trent is the Rolls-Royce, correct. Yeah. All right, we've got 4 good engines. Beautiful. Let's go upstairs. We'll make sure that our pack systems come on. Good. We can go ahead and kill the EPU to the off position. Beautiful. EPU gens illuminate, and external power is gone as well. We've already got that on. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. That's all looking good. We can get our taxi light on. And everything else up there looks good. Let's go ahead and set flaps to 10 degrees, which will be our takeoff flaps. And I'll scroll back here so you guys can watch the flaps coming out. It is beautiful. This flies especially good after a few tokes. Well, anything does. You heard about the A320 that landed in a field in Siberia? I did, yes. Even though it may not be the same engines, it's the same generation. I wish more airlines ordered the 800 to replace their 400 classics. I agree, yeah. If you get over 10 knots, oh yeah, exactly, Andy. It's, yeah. Yeah, there's always room to grow, but they're definitely making it better, which is great to see. Every update that comes out for this airplane, like, in my opinion, this update is far better than the updates that have been available for previously to it. Like, it's much, much, much better now. Okay, let's come down here. Let's go ahead and make sure that our TCAS is set properly. We're just going to squawk 1,000 because that's usually what they do in Europe. So we'll go 1,000, we'll go TARA, good, and then we should just have a fuel tank engine. I don't know why it's doing that. We have the proper fuel tanks on. I'm actually going to turn all of them on, so that's fine. We'll just go ahead and cancel that out and we'll have no issues. Let's go ahead and set our auto brakes to RTO. So what we should see here is auto brake RTO, APU cooldown, doors auto, parking brake is set. We've got our stab trim set in the green 6.0, and we've got our flaps set for 10 degrees on takeoff. our fuel and weights and everything else is looking good. So let's go ahead and release the park brake, and we'll go ahead and shut the X feed off. The X feed is off. Oh. I don't know about that. I feel like last time we did this, we had issues. I'm just going to leave everything on. I'm going to leave it on. I didn't touch those last time. We're good. Turn on override pumps and turn off X feed. Turn on override. Where's override? This one? Listen, it's okay. Listen, I'm not going to touch them. I'm not going to touch them. Last time we did this, last time I flew this airplane, we turned off something. I think it was the cross, and it ended up, we ended up, even though we had fuel, we ended up not being able to, we had to like refuel mid-flight. So, yeah. Before takeoff checklist, flaps are done. Good. After takeoff checklist is the next thing. I guess we're good to go. Taxiing out of the ramp here. I haven't had to add any. One thing I like about this airplane, it is so heavy and it acts like a 747. I haven't had to touch the throttles. We're just rolling forward right now. So it's always a good sign when an aircraft is built that way. Yeah, all you have to do is go watch my last flight and you'll remember it wasn't a good experience. We literally almost fell out of the sky. I think we did. I think we lost a couple engines and then we had to figure out what the hell was going on, and we noticed that my pumps were off. So we had to, yeah. Taxi light's already on, my friend. Thank you for backseat piloting, though. I think we have another Cargolux 747 coming in here as well. We do. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Oof. Nice. Cool. Yeah, the key with this airplane is when you're making your turns, you have to add about 40% N1. I've noticed the turns are still all kinds of jacked up, you know? Swift Jam, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. I hope all is well. Good to see you, dude. Luton Airport does exist in Microsoft, right? I think so. It should. Yeah. I thought the 800 had a cursor by the throttle quadrant checking off those. It does right here. Here's the cursor, but that would be almost impossible to manipulate in a game, in a sim, right? It would be very, 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 very difficult to manipulate that using your mouse and keyboard. I don't even know how you would be able to do that, to be honest with you. 122.8. We'll let Luxembourg traffic know we're lining up. I don't see anybody out there. Luxembourg traffic, Cargolux 37 Bravo lining up runway 24 Luxembourg. See anybody out there? We're looking good. Cool. Short stream today? Yes, I have an appointment that I need to go to, but at some point this afternoon between this stream and my next stream. So, yes, this is only one leg today. We are live again this evening. Don't forget, it is Thursday. Thank you. Hope you had a good flight.
You too, thanks.
All right, beautiful. So we've got everything set up. So a couple things that we need to do. We're going to arm our flight directors. We're going to get auto throttle on. We're going to go LNAV. We're going to go VNAV. And then one last thing, you guys have been telling me, that was actually a pretty good lineup. Okay. It's a good thing I practiced last night. I kind of figured out how to manipulate this aircraft. All right, let's hold our brakes here for a sec. Good. And we're going to bump this up. I want to see a little bit better. There we go. And then you guys are telling me there's a button here. A button. I don't know what... That hides the yoke. That hides the yoke. All right. Where is said button? Where is the button? It's that button. I found it. Toga, let's go. Sounds are up. Enjoy, friends. Slight nose down pressure. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots, we're neutral. I'm starting the chrono. Should have done that a second ago, but that's okay.
V1.
Rotate. Let's go. Beauty. Positive rate. Gear up. Feels heavy on the controls, Chad. It's good. winds coming in. Let's go flaps 5 degrees. Oh, see, that's the abrupt. It goes from like takeoff to climb. There's no like slight reduction. It like happens like that. That's one of the things I've noticed. But other than that, like, it flies real nice. Remember I was talking about the weight of the A310 last week? This aircraft, it feels heavy now. It doesn't feel like a toy Cessna that you're flying around. Flaps 1. Start our right turn out. It actually feels heavy, which is nice. It feels it's got some weight to it. You gotta actually pull up on it. 220, flaps clean. Add a little bit of back trim. Good. And just follow your flight directors. Simple, simple. Yeah, she's a big girl. Big plane. .6,000 feet. Climbing like an animal. 4,800 feet per minute right now. 5,300 feet per minute. She's got big bones. Right. Bug that up and out. No restrictions out of here, so we can keep the climb going. There's 10,000. We're going to keep bugging that up. We're going all the way up to our cruise altitude today, 40,000 feet. Ooh, look at that. We've got some other airplanes up there. So... Alrighty. There's 10,000. Slight nose down trim. There's the seatbelt sign. Go to the auto. And we'll bring our nose down. We'll gain a little bit of speed. We can start working on some lights. You come off, you come off, you come off, outboards come off, and we'll get our wing light off as well. Beautiful. Cool. And coming up on 12,000 feet, we'll engage autopilot 1. Beautiful, and I'll bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Hey, there we go, chat. I would say that that was a successful departure. Quite a nice departure, actually, if I do add so myself. Here we go. Let's see how you get 16 wheels on the ground. What will the landing rate be? Honestly, Reggie, the landing rate is completely broken. I'm not running LRM. You cannot trust. Unfortunately, again, it's still kind of with the 787 and the 747. The way that the gear action acts in Microsoft, it's not correct. And what you end up getting is these crazy high numbers that just don't. You know, nothing matches your, and I forget, does the gear doesn't lock in the 747, does it? It's only up. There's no off. We should definitely be standard barometric pressure, that's for sure, which we'll do now. But yeah. In-cabin meal service today? Yep, it's in the boxes in the back. You'll have to quickly go get it. It's just on or off, got you. That was a great departure. Enjoyed that. Only 800 is known without turn-off. Got you. Okay. I'm sure you already answered this, but how come you don't fly the TBM today? I don't really fly general aviation airplanes, man. It's not really my thing. I don't have anything against it. If you enjoy flying GA planes, cool, awesome. But for me, it's not worth it. One, it's not worth it for me to spend $50 on a general aviation airplane when I don't fly them. And two, I don't think it's very right of me to promote such stuff on my channel because I don't fly it. I don't think it's fair, right? So instead of I was offered it for free, but instead of taking it for free and making content that I just would never do, yeah. A new KSAN released. Who released KSAN? I have, who do I have right now for KSAN? I have Latin VFR KSAN. Do you think the Microsoft is setting the bar really high with these updated default free planes? Absolutely. Absolutely. These are fantastic. I mean, like I said, every update they get better and better and better and better, which is really all you could ask for. They weren't very good on release. They haven't been the best airplanes, but as of late, basically since Working Title took over and continued working on them, they're absolutely fantastic. All the landing lights are off. Everything's looking good. We've got the beacon on, nav lights on, and our strobe lights. We can get our logo and wing light to the off position. And there we go. Beautiful. Climb out is gorgeous. Look at all 4 of these engines climbing out. Beautiful. Love it. The same guys who did Phoenix. Ooh, BM AM Sim World. Tough. I think I'm going to keep my Latin VFR. The BM AM Sim World, the performance for the airports that they've released have not been good lately. So, yeah. You're doing a BBJ flight later today? Nope. We're going to be flying real world Delta Ops. Nice and refreshing to see you fly the 7-4. It's something different, right? Cap, we need a purple livery like Soul Plane and we'd allow them to flight soon, all sky high. Ooh, not a bad idea. Cap, do you prefer SimBrief airframe? Cap, do you have a SimBrief airframe for the 747? Yes. It's the, you should see the working title. It should be there. Their stuff is basically feel there. No, I would say they're better than feel there, Kevin. Their performance is just abysmal, though. What did they just release? They released, what was the one in Texas? El Paso. They released that, and the performance, like, it's a small airport, the performance was terrible. Wish we could get an 800 at Memphis, but are limited as to where they can fly. 7.4 gear. Talking about limitations in a recent video of this. That's one problem with them compared to the 400s. Interesting. Why is that, David? I'm not really familiar with that. Is it because of the size? Are they bigger than the 400s, or is it because of the restrictions that are now? I don't know. Any plans for an After Dark with City and Skylines 2? Yes. When is that coming out again? I know we have a release date. I can't remember. Is it sometime in November? They said they're introducing new airliners for 2024. If they are this quality, they'll nail it. I personally think that we're getting... Well, never mind. No, I didn't say anything. Vertical Sim just released KPVU Provo Allegiant 320. Yep, we're going to be in there next week. Next week, we're going to be back in the Airbus. And then basically from next week moving forward, we're going to do next week all in the Airbus. And then we're going to probably be in the 737 for a good 2-3 weeks. Because then we've got World Flight coming up. World Flight's in, I leave for World Flight in less than 30 days. So... Yep. That's why I said nothing. You didn't hear me. I didn't say anything. What Delta Ops are you going to do? We're flying tonight from Detroit to White Plains for Citation Max's birthday. Can't remember who it was. Some streamer flew AM BM World Seattle, and there was a giant crater in the ground. Well, that's an install issue, Kev. That's not from the scenery. I have the Seattle scenery. It's not like that. Most likely what happened is he had the default Seattle that comes with the simulator, and he had that scenery installed. We've had that happen to us before as well when we landed in Stuttgart in Germany. We had the same issue. The taxiways were like in a valley. It was weird. This airplane is I mean, come on, look at that. Tell me that isn't one of the most beautiful airplanes you've seen flying in the skies. Come on. That's a beauty. An absolute beauty. I'm kind of excited, actually, to be doing a long haul with this on the weekend. I know, kind of crazy, right? Cap, where can I get the SimBrief airframes? They should be there, Foray. As long as your SimBrief is updated, I mean, they should just be there. Or you may have to download them, but, like... I don't know, man, like when I didn't do anything, and all I did was I came down here and I selected the aircraft type, and then I have the Salty Sim and the working title. I have both of them available. So maybe if you're not showing up, I know that Ommeter does a lot of the ones that I fly. If it's not showing up, maybe check flightsim.to or like Google it, but it should be there. I've only ever had to like add the other variants of the 737 was the only other one that I had to add. These ones, but they're all done by Ommeter. I think he does a lot of them. So, yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. We gotta take a screenshot of that, chat. I mean, look at that. It is just perfection. Screenshot. Matthew, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. I like the BM, AM sim stuff. Frames are tough at times, but I think they're top 5 developers, what they have out. I'm gonna hard disagree on that, Buckeye. Nothing wrong if that's your opinion and that's what you think, but I can think of many, many, many developers that come before them. But hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, man. I'm glad that you like their content. That's really all that matters, right? But no, I'm gonna hard pass on top 5. Not even close. Did you hear the 717 package for Microsoft 2020? Thoughts on a package somebody was about to start on? It's junk, David. It uses default A320 systems that come with the simulator. So, no, it's not your thing, Cap, but I'm so happy for the BSTM TBM 850 great plane. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. That's all that matters, dude. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. Really like Flight Beam. Their sceneries look amazing and no hits to the frame rate. Correct. Yes. That was also another option that I was going to do, Tyler. We were going to do Munich to IAD. That's another long haul that I kind of have planned, so maybe we'll do that one again. So sad they aren't making any more 747, such a gorgeous plane. I thought they were making the 800 still. I don't know, though. That seems like a real weird turn. I don't know. We'll see. What's the long haul in? It's going to be in this one. What do you think of single pilot airliners? Don't think that. I don't like the idea of it. I don't think that's ever going to happen. You need redundancy, man. You need somebody there. I wonder if that was like a just somebody flying over top of us. I was going to say, I wonder if that turn was like a TCAS warning or something like that. Is AnyBuild's A320 going to be free? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if they've answered that question yet. I honestly don't know either. Yeah. Didn't you see the video of them setting? I don't really pay attention to real world aviation, Melinda. No, I've always said that. I don't. I'm too busy with everything going on in the sim world to keep track of the sim world and the real world. No, I don't fly in the real world either, so there's really no, I mean, like I said, Scott, they make good scenery. They make decent scenery, but like to call them top 5? No. They're not. They're a decent developer, but there's so many great developers out there that in my opinion are, highly regarded above them. But again, that's just personal preference. I don't think there's anything wrong. I own their what? I own their Memphis, I own their Seattle, I own El Paso. So I own all their sceneries. I just I've seen better modeling, I've seen better texturing, I've definitely seen better performance, so String Bean, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well as well. Gotta have multiple brains for this kind of machine. You do. Yes. All machines. Yeah. Flight Tampa, Drzecki design. Flight Tampa, Drzecki, Flight Beam, Orbex. I mean, shit, dude. I go on and on and on and on. Vertical Sim. I personally think those are all better developers. But again, like, I'm not, not saying that they don't make good products, but they just don't, they're not up there in my opinion, not with some of the other ones. Speaking of real life, Air France and KLM have just become main owners of Scandinavia. Damn, really? Interesting. Yeah, don't forget about Orbex. Yeah, great ones as well. I can't. Flight Beam's taken way too long with these sceneries, though, man. Like something's got to. I don't know what's going on with Flight Beam, but you can't announce these products and then it's a scenery, dude. And we've been waiting over a year for scenery. Like, what did you announce it? Announce it when you first started, when you opened your WED program to start developing it? Because, my God, we still don't have MSP. We still don't have Phoenix. We still don't have San Francisco. There's so many, man. So many airports that we need from them. Monsieur Jarvis, good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Does Asobo mean default? It does. Yes. Hello from France. Cheese and wine as usual. Been a long time, my friend. Bonjour, mon ami. El Bapino. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Bonsoir. MSP is going to be good, man. We've needed an MSP forever. Ever. Flight Beam's always been like that, even in the P3D days. Damn. See, I don't know a lot of these developers coming from. I come from the X-Plane world, right? So unfortunately, I don't I don't know a lot about some of the developers that have been around for a while, but it just seems crazy that we're waiting this long for scenery, you know? What do you think of Austin raising X-Plane price to $79.99? I'm going to reserve my comments just because I just don't want to get into it anymore, man. You already know what I think. It's another nail.
Look at this fuzzy wuzzy teddy bear flying the 747. Love your CPT.
Yes, sir. Huge enough floaties to you. Jordan, thank you very much for the support, man. I really do appreciate you, dude. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Fly Tampa EHAM is one project also that was released soon on April. Yeah, didn't they release like a screenshot like months ago saying we're on final now or something like that? Like, it's crazy, man. Aviation man, what's up, dude? New to sub and loving the streams. Thanks for coming and hanging out, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Can't wait to see you back in Lisbon. Love that scenery. Lisbon's beautiful, man. I love that approach into Lisbon. It's just gorgeous, man. Dimitri, what's up, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Coming to the 249. I appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Thank you. Too bad about those Jays. Anyone ever tell you that you look like the Jays manager? No. I've never been told that I look like the Jays manager. Hello, Captain. You flying the Salty 7-4, the Asobo one? We're flying the default Asobo. Default Asobo 747. No flight plan on VATSIM? That's weird. I definitely filed it. I'll file it again. Thank you for the heads up. Maybe I filed it too early this morning. There we go. Now it's filed. Thank you, Soren. Seth Rogen, however. Hey, Cap, what's your opinion? We're getting another A320neo when we already have the fly-by-wire. Well, here's the thing. And I understand. I think we have to break it down. We have to be logical when we break this down. So fly-by-wire is not attached to Microsoft, right? What they did with the fly-by-wire A320neo is their own thing, right? And I think what you're seeing is Microsoft has basically, you know, since about a year or two ago, they've committed, they've said we understand the shortcomings of these default airplanes that were released, and we realize that they're not very good, and we realize that we haven't given the users an experience that they can be thankful for. Really is what Microsoft said in the interview and in the stream where they were speaking about it. And I think what you're doing is you're just kind of seeing them go back and really just make the default airplanes, meaning for people that don't have access to the fly-by-wire who are on Xbox, can still have a good experience flying an A320neo, right? So that's what I think you're seeing. I wouldn't read too much into it. I don't think it's like Microsoft saying, you know, fuck you to fly-by-wire. Microsoft has already made comments about how amazing the community is in the fly-by-wire and other stuff, right? So that's all I think. I think all of it, what you're seeing right now is you're just seeing Microsoft kind of cleaning up the mess, cleaning up before heavy development of 2024 comes out and, you know, those default airplanes get announced. I think they're coming back and they're making, you know, what the default airplanes probably should have been from the get-go, right? And this is where you have to give kudos to Microsoft and to Flight Simulator for understanding that, you know, maybe back in like the early 2000s, a default airplane of this quality would have passed. But I think nowadays people are just, there's so much information and technology out there that people truly want a proper flying aircraft. They want to be able to, you know, sim brief integration and stuff like that, right? Like crazy things, you know? Sim brief integration and all those other things that come with it. That's all it is. That's really all I see it as. I see it as just Asobo saying, hey, we have this huge Xbox user base that really only has, you know, Latin VFR airplanes to fly, and who knows, maybe they're trying to curb that market as well. Maybe they're trying to say, well, hold on a second. These guys are getting rich. They're just taking default systems and they're making tens of thousands of dollars selling these terrible airplanes on the marketplace. why not cut into that a little bit, you know? Heard about Scandinavian news, and what are your thoughts? I have, and I have no thoughts. I've never flown Air France, I've never flown KLM, and I've never flown Scandinavian. No. If it keeps them in business, all the best. You know? I think Microsoft should actually be grateful with fly-by-wire. Remember the one time that it was the only plane viable in the sim? Absolutely. I'm pretty sure they are. Like I said, they've given kudos to fly-by-wire a ton, so. Flying the 747-800 now also. Nice. Favorite airline and favorite airplane in that airline? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite airline, man. I fly whatever airline gets me from point A to point B the best. The cheapest, the safest, the most efficient. That's usually what airline I go with. I usually... And living in Canada, if I'm being honest with you, Darth, like living in Canada, we don't really have very many options. You're either flying WestJet or you're flying Air Canada. There are a few other options now with like Flair and some of the other airlines out there, but for the most part, you're flying Air Canada, you're flying WestJet. Yeah. KLM Air France also want to buy TAP. Interesting. Hey, Captain, you plan to fly the return as well? It may come online. Unfortunately, we're not doing the return today. I've got an appointment that I need to go to. I am streaming later this evening, so I have to get out to this appointment either, well, between this stream and the next stream. So we're only doing the one leg today. We are going to be doing this return flight on Sunday, if you're interested. Jan, if you're around Sunday evening, around this time, exactly this time on Sunday, I will be doing the return flight. If you wanted to come on as approach, that would be absolutely awesome. But that's the plan, is to do this return flight on Sunday. We've got a long haul on Saturday that we're doing. So, what are your thoughts on the aerodynamic DC-10 that is in development? I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you, Darth. Yeah. Hello, Captain Tim. Welcome back. Air Canada Rouge first class is amazing. Air Canada Rouge? I mean, I guess. I would rather take their signature, though. I'd rather take, like, regular Air Canada first class. Like, the business class on their the 737 MAX is wonderful. Enjoying the 7.4 rendition? I mean, I don't have a lot of experience flying a 7.4, but it does feel a lot better. Every update that comes out with this airplane, it comes out better, better, better. Best seats when flying long haul with babies? The last row. Maybe. I don't know. I always dread that, though, dude. I always dread that, like, I'm getting on, like, a 3 to 5 hour flight, and there's just a baby sitting beside me. I actually did my flight back from FS Expo. I sat on a lady sat beside me with a newborn, and they were flying Toronto to Ottawa, but she was really nice, really cool. In Europe, we have TUI, EasyJet, Ryanair, Norwegian. You guys have so many options. Yes. Yeah. Really, Scott? Yeah, it's fun. Actually, you know what? I actually played it the other day. I played it the other day, but I've been I've gotten really I've gotten back into Counter-Strike. Ever since CS2, I've been into Counter-Strike again. Aerodynamics DC-10 developers used to fly DC-10 KC-10, so since Microsoft doesn't have any DC-10s in the game except for the unflyable Orbis MD-11, is amazing, and they're thinking about making it freeware. You should go check it out. It's amazing. Cool. Usually, Darth, what I do is I'll probably wait for a little bit to come out, but I usually don't get too interested or invested in projects that are still in development. I usually get excited for products when we can have, like, start having a release date and stuff like that. I have been working with a couple companies about, you know, on some of the releases that they have coming up. Bluebird being, you know, a perfect example. Full faith in those guys, but yeah, I just don't get overly excited. And I always tell people not to get overly excited. Yeah. You've been missing the toxic mode. Honestly, you just mute people that are toxic, especially with that game. Right click, mute, super easy, man. Was A320neo the plane that you had the NDA with, or is it different? Well, obviously I can't speak about that. That would probably break the NDA. We'll have to wait and figure it out. My thoughts too. Worried about the other passengers. Would feel that's why I think the last row's safe bet. Especially when the airline fill their planes from front to back. True. Yeah. Hey, Cap, can you please give me flight suggestions? It's about an hour and 30 minutes long in the PMGG 737. Thanks. So, Captain Tim, what I would do, man, is I would go to this incredible website called flightconnections.com. Flightconnections.com is this really cool website. It shows you all the airports in the world, and you literally click on an airport, and it'll show you all the flights out of that airport and who is operating it. Shows you that it ends in March, ends in November, ends all that. So yeah, that's what I would do, man. This is an incredible website. Flightconnections.com. Again, shows you every airport, every major airport, all small airports too. Like, you could literally click it, like Birmingham. You click Birmingham, it shows you all the flights in and out of Birmingham. And you can judge from there. This is the best website if you're trying to get better flights, you're trying to learn maybe like controls and stuff like that. That's what I would be looking at. That is what I would be looking at, my friend. Flightconnections.com. Great tool. All right. London.
Charlie 5, hello, sir. Just confirm you IFR.
Control.
A-firm with IFR.
Roger, I can't have a partial level then. Climb flight level 9 and 0.
Climb flight level 9 and 0. Good evening, Grounded 228 inbound, Stockholm.
Edge 328, landing control, roger. Tulsa 1 Alpha, arrival for Stansted.
Tulsa 1 Alpha, arrival for Stansted, Grounded 228.
Under control, good evening. Cargolux 37 Bravo, flight level 400.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, landing control, hello, Squawk 7171. Cargolux 37 Bravo, landing control, hello, Squawk 7171.
7171, sorry. I forgot to push talk.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, identified. Shelling 599, identified.
Identified.
Roger.
Good.
London, good evening, Smitty.
Captain Lee, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. TFDI MD11 really soon, doesn't it? I think so, yeah, within the next couple of weeks.
Local 2 Hotel arrival for Heathrow, Squawk 7020. Login to Hotel 7020, Smitty, for the moment, Tango.
24 hours of ATSIM, when is it?
London, good
I don't know.
evening, Ryanair 1 Uniform Foxtrot from Stand 10.
I do not know.
Midlands, Boeing 73.
I know that we have Cross the Pond coming up at the end of October. I think it's the last Saturday in October. What's the difference between the Asobo 747-800 and the MSFS 740? Nothing. They're both the same.
320 direct blue.
Good to see you, man. Just got my Subway. I swear they need to sponsor me. No kidding. Jeez. You need to get the Canadian club up there too. Down there.
Flight level 9 and 0.
Flight level 90, Ryanair 171, Papa.
London, AlexSiu, Romeo with you, flight level 130.
Shelling 87 Romeo, landing, climb flight level 29 and 0.
So if we look on the map, we're just, it's a little bit early getting to us, but that's okay. You can see we're actually just coming up on the channel right now. We've got Amsterdam up there off, behind the aircraft, somewhere up there. Get your Subway to sponsor me a trip up here then. What's the long haul on Saturday? We're going JFK to Munich. JFK to Munich. We were going to go to Frankfurt, but there's just terrible scenery in Frankfurt. So we're going to Munich.
Stand 10, Boeing 738, ready for push and start, East Midlands.
Running 1 Uniform Foxtrot, push and start approved, face east, QNH 1020.
Base push start approved, face east, QNH 1020, Ryanair 1 Uniform.
How's the plane, Cap? It's good. It's good, man. It keeps getting better and better. Better and better every time they update it. Every sim update that comes out, it gets better and better and better. It's enjoyable. What about the virtual EDDF? What do you mean? What's that? And also the performance in Frankfurt is atrocious. What would you rate this plane from 1 out of 10? Now that it has SimBrief integration, I feel like it's got to be at least a 7. 6.5, 7, maybe even more. I don't know. Let's get some more flights in it. Let's see how we feel at the end of the week. Ask me at the end of the week. It's a freeware version of EDDF. It's very good. Is it on flightsim.to? Let me see. I think I had this installed and it was, yeah, mediocre at best, if I'm being honest. And again, performance was absolutely atrocious.
Shelling State 7 Romeo, route direct picks up.
Yeah, see, I did have it installed.
7 Romeo, route direct picks up.
I did have it installed, and
yeah.
We do have the free. We have this one. Do they allow reviews on here? How many stars does this go?
1040 London Control, roger.
People actually say this is an FS9 version converted to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Really crap. Do yourself a favor and either use the freeware found on this site or wait for some competent developer like Aerosoft to make a proper version of EDS. This one, like all field air airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator, is absolutely horrible. Don't waste your money. That's what I figured. Oh, you can already tell that that's a straight conversion. You can already tell. That is, oh, that is hideous. Oh my lord. Okay. Yeah, I already had that one. And again, I found the performance just to be, the performance was atrocious as well.
Hello, District 1 Golf arrival for London Gatwick. Fly heading 150 degrees.
And when we're doing a big long haul like that, we want the performance to be good. The Aerosoft Simwings Munich is fantastic performance-wise, so... Do you think as Microsoft improves, all the default planes will keep taking clients from X-Plane? I don't know, man. I don't know. Really depends. Really depends.
Fly heading 165, Zebra 275.
Runner 23 Bravo Mike, set QNH 1013. Report your MAC number.
Ever watch Kelsey from 7.4 Gear? I watched a couple of his videos. I wouldn't say like I watched them all, but
report your MAC number.
Frankfurt on FSX looks better than that? Yeah.
Ryan 23 Bravo Mike, report your MAC number.
Is that the Ryan?
79.
Fever 275, report your MAC number.
Fever 275 is MAC .82.
275, roger, maintain MAC 82.
Maintain MAC 82, Fever 275.
Ryan 23 Bravo Mike, MAC 78.
Captain Nash, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Who is below? I'm not sure.
107 Delta Alpha, Nancy 1, Tango departure, and 50100, 50190, A320.
Hydra 7 Alpha London, Kidley 1 Golf arrival for Gatwick, squawk 6340.
Does Citation Max ever stream Microsoft? Good question. I don't know. He streams on Twitch. So he keeps his, I don't know when the last time he's done a stream, but he doesn't stream on YouTube. He streams on Twitch. He obviously produces YouTube videos. But yeah. Larry dropping another $14 donation, Larry. My man, huge no floaties too, dude. Thank you very much for the continued support. I really do appreciate you, man. You see that X-Plane is now going up to $79.99? Yeah, like I said, man, I really don't want to get into it. I feel like it's just missteps after misstep after misstep from X-Plane, man. I saw the post. I saw them saying, oh, well, we did this because we're hiring new members to make the simulator better and fix the simulator, and I don't know, man. It just, as a struggling simulator, it's kind of crazy. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Is it worth it? Again, that's going to be up to the user, man. I don't think any of us have the answer to that. If you've ever considered getting X-Plane, now's the time, though. Right, as it's on sale, I believe right now too. I think it's like $59.99 or something. So, yeah. Larry, thank you again. Appreciate you, my man. So some love and chat for Larry, guys. Huge no floaties, man. Thanks so much, Larry. Cap, how are you? You don't, Cap, how are you? How do you connect the SimBrief 787? I need help with this aircraft. It's in the FMC. It's in the FMC, it's super easy.
Flight level 220 when ready,
So
level
go to the
1 on
FMC and just click on like menu and then settings and then next page and set it right here. SimBrief setting. Set your username. It will then put your user ID and then it'll show you if it's active or not. Well, super easy.
284 November Tango, descend flight level 160.
236 miles to top of descent, chat.
160 level by Sabre, ready for November Tango.
You can see we're much faster in the airplane down there. I think we're going, what, Mach 8.5? Mach 0.85, yeah. 852.
Contact 9 to Papa Bravo, route direct Cowley.
Direct Cowley, Contact 9 Papa Bravo.
You still use it, but only for the MD-11 by rotate. There you go. About to take on the freeware Sparky 744 and XY11 to Heathrow. I have reinstalled Microsoft, so thought I'd try out some planes. Haven't flown in ages. There you go. Is there a way to change the weights from pounds to kilograms? I think so, but it's in the settings.
328, route direct Abbott, descend flight level 110.
Pretty sure it's in the settings. Yeah. So it's a lot of great add-ons for Microsoft.
Hello again, Captain. Can you hit a blinker?
Not of this one. No, we're gonna die. No blinkers. Thank you for the support, Diego. I appreciate you, man. We don't need to lose any lungs today.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, contact London Control 129.425.
129.425. Cargolux 37 Bravo. Thanks for your TC. Bye-bye. 129.425. I think is where we're going. 129.425. London Control, very good evening. Cargolux 37 Bravo, flight level 400.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, London Control. Hello, Roger.
Roger. For me, you mostly fly GA, IFR, Microsoft Flight Simulator is just perfect. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Afternoon, Captain and all. Glad I could catch a few minutes of the flight. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Good Captain, I've asked this before, but have you ever flown a 717 in any sim? No. No.
Request heading to London Control 119.725 Speedbird 340 November, monitor.
Love the 747-800. I also fly the 787 in 45 minutes. Nice, very cool.
Speedbird 340 November.
Setting inside the aircraft for the game. I think it's in the game, Spike. It's somewhere under like units. You may have to do it. You may have to do the.
Standby brake. Speedbird Concord 2. Clear to land 27 left. Wind 2.
You may have to do the. Weight and balance. If you open the weight and balance tab, and then yeah, you can change it from pounds to kilograms, I think. But actually no, that only does it in here, so I guess there is no way to do it inside the aircraft. Because this won't do it inside the aircraft, that'll only do it here. Yeah, I guess you can't.
Level 190, easy 65, 35. Channing 37 Romeo, London Control, hello, route Big In, then Coxie.
Big and then Coxie, Channing 37 Romeo.
Easy 6.
In the FMC, you have to find the settings and put it in SimBrief ID. Oh, to enter that, yes. Hope TFDI gets her 717 to Microsoft, then hopefully, yeah. Hopefully they don't let Captain scam there.
Flight level 90, easy 76 South Kilo.
Speedbird 495, right Alpha, ground 121.
Flying Air Greenland A330-900 from Copenhagen to Greenland. Nice. How long of a flight is that? See, that's one I think we should try and do soon, too.
Ground 121.705, bye.
Flight Alpha, ground 12, Speedbird 495.
Shuttle 4 Foxtrot, contact London, 119.775.
Isn't TFDI MD-11 releasing like really soon? Sometime this month. Yeah. I thought it was the 17th. In the FMC you have to find... Sorry, got that one. You'll be impressed with the TFDI aircraft products. You'll love them. Outstanding devs. Good. 4.5 hours, but it's so cool flying into the ice. Desert, I agree. Yeah. You flying light, seems like this plane climbs fast for 747-800F. I think we had 50% load on the aircraft. Not incredibly heavy, not incredibly light either, though.
8.5, did you say, or 7.5?
50% load on an aircraft on this short of a flight, I feel like that's a pretty hefty load, but I don't know. We'll see what it'll be like on Saturday. Saturday we're doing the long haul. So.
London, hello, Squawk 7752. 7752,
And I think content creators are going to be getting a copy as well, Aviation Gaming. What's the taste delay? Gelato mint.
Clear on Sierra. Coco 2, thank you, ground 121, 705, bye-bye. 705.
Max, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Very good support and stuff as well. They're honestly one of my most favorite companies out there in the flight sim world. Interesting, good. Well, I will have the pleasure of hopefully owning one of their products soon.
Left heading 360 degrees. Left 360, easy 65, 75. Channel 8 Alpha Whiskey, Elvos 1 Mike arrival, Mach decimal 79 or greater.
London Control, Ryanair 581 with you, flight level 320.
Gentlemen equals no blinker. Yeah.
UNSAT.
Ryanair 581 London,
Roger. No blinker.
Channel 8 Alpha Whiskey, Elvos 1 Mike arrival, maintain Mach decimal 79 or greater.
What about PMDG's 777? I feel Robert keeps hyping up people, but it takes a lot of time. I mean, yeah, any development is going to take forever. Development for a flight sim project, you're talking years. Years, so, yeah. I don't think he's hyping anybody up, really. I already spoke to them, Captain Lee, yeah.
Just stand by. Ryanair 52 Hotel X-ray, Unicom 1228, goodbye.
1228, thanks. Never see it.
Vitaro 208 London, hello, line up on weight 27 left.
Line up on weight, runway 27 left, it's Air 208.
Finnair 4 Charlie Echo from November Bravo 3, 27 left, clear for takeoff, wind 220 10 knots.
From November Bravo 3, 27 left, clear for takeoff, Finnair 4 Charlie Echo.
Ryanair 9502, line of control, hello to you, report, in fact, disregard, maintain flight level 360. Jet 9 Papa Bravo, route direct to Sitet. Route direct to Sitet,
What plane would you like more, the 747, 400, or the 800? Probably the 400. I feel like the 400's the most iconic. I like the 800 as well. I like the advancements to it. I like the... but yeah, I think the 400 is probably the favorite from everybody. I think we can all agree. Man, look at these screenshots. We got to get a screenshot of this chat. That's going to be our thumbnail for Sunday's stream right there. Maybe one more as the plane levels out. Right there. That's it, chat. That's the thumbnail. Sunday stream. Are you hauling anything specific or just a blank flight? I don't know what we got, Tony. No, we're not a blank flight. We got cargo in there. Even with smaller engines, looks like a bigger plane. If that makes sense. It's just, yeah.
Project 64 with you, descending 230 for 130.
Portugal 1364, London Control, thank you. Rock Sog 1 Hotel arrival.
I think Robert's hyping anybody up. Robert's just letting everyone know the progress on updates and products. If you don't get updates and products, everyone moans. Well, listen, here's the thing. Everybody moans either way. That's like what I've come to learn. I honestly would hate to be a developer at this, you know. I honestly mean that. Like, it's just, people moan if you release a subpar product because you didn't have enough time to work on proper systems or something like that, right? People are going to moan if you need more time to make the systems better, to make sure that there's no issues or whatever, you know what I mean, right? Like, it's a no-win. It's just...
London again, 127.1.
London again, 127.1. Cargolux 37 Bravo. Right, back to London. That's weird. Maybe because we... I don't even know why. Maybe because we dip into his airspace down here. But we're back with him now. London, hello again. Cargolux 37 Bravo, flight level 400.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, London Control, roger. Spirit Wings 1040, contact London Control
Spirit
129
Wings,
decimal
nice.
425.
In London. Spirit Wings in London.
Spirit Wings 1040, contact London Control 129 decimal 425.
So you can't miss your call sign if you're the only Spirit Wings on the network
Spirit
flying
Wings
in.
1040 London.
NKS 1040 London.
Nobody says NKS. Your call sign is Spirit Wings on November Kilo Sierra. Contact London Control 129 decimal 425.
Can I get somebody? This poor guy, man, he's lost. He's lost. He's lost. Poor guy. Let's go get some I Love VATSIMs in chat, please. Developers can't win, which is sad, and I feel bad for them. They put a lot of work. It's not easy. I agree.
Shuttle 4 Foxtrot, climb flight level 300.
Apparently the 787 also uses the Gen X engines together with the Rolls-Royce, so I think these are both the same, maybe different variants. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Climbing flight level 300, and I don't have an updated air rack. I don't have Airbus 1 mic. Can I get vectors in?
No, you can have Dane to Alpha.
Roger, I'll look for it now.
Good evening, DC 42 Hotel Alpha.
This controller, dude, is just fucking savage, man. I'm pretty sure this is the controller that like writes the Reddit messages on like this on VATSIM about how VATSIM's going to shit and everybody sucks and all the pilots suck. And
129425, great job there, CC Mr. 529.
Hydra 7 Delta Alpha, contact London Control 129 decimal 425.
that's why I don't get on VATSIM. I don't want to be a fool in front of everyone. I mean, it's going to happen, dude. It's going to happen at some point. Like, you know, unless you practice and just practice, it's going to happen, right? I don't know. I feel like also at some point you just become numb to it. You don't even realize that there's other people. You just, if you think about it, really all you're doing with ATC is reading back instructions that he's giving to you, right? Like that's essentially all you do. And as long as you're comfortable flying your airplane, you know how to go direct, you know how to go on vectors, you know how to set your own speed, do like level change and stuff like that, I think you're perfectly fine. You're never going to get good, and that's why I always tell people some places are some places in VATSIM are not good for beginners. You know what I mean?
BT4 November Julia, Elvos 1 Mike arrival for Manchester. Elvos 1 Mike arrival for Manchester, EV4 1 November Julia.
And good evening, Shuttle 15 Bravo with you at flight level 350, Digit 1 Golf arrival for Gatwick, please.
Shuttle 15 Bravo.
It's not really that hard, but you add a little bit of pressure in these situations, people lose it. 100%. And I think what you see is like this, you know, listen, again, you can tell that somebody's new to flying if he's flying in Europe. And, you know, he's going as the call sign NKS. Leads me to believe he knows what an airline code is, but he doesn't know like what these airlines are called. So it's, yeah. Probably shouldn't be flying in. Probably shouldn't be flying in London airspace on an evening, you know, where it's busy as hell. Going to Calgary in the summertime for holiday. Any recommendations of things I should visit? Get some barbecue. Take the drive out to Banff if you can. Aft Games. It's about 45 minutes to an hour outside the city to the west. Definitely go to Banff. If you can, go up to like Jasper. Drive the ice field highway, whatever the hell it's called. I think that's what it is. But yeah. Thormar, thanks so much, man, with the 1500. What is ISK? I don't know if I've ever received ISK. Regardless, thank you for the support, my friend. Huge no floaties too. It looks like it's about $15, $15. I don't know what ISK is, but thank you. I appreciate it.
We're actually on a heading of 335, but I don't know if we could go.
Guys, let's get some love and chat for Thormar. Thanks so much, my friend.
Ryanair 9502, turn right, heading 330.
Defect, I'm good, man. We've got 137 miles to the top of descent, so about 15 minutes.
9502, turn right, heading 330.
15 minutes till we're good to go. Icelandic Kroner. Got you. Thank you. Thormer, thank you so much, my friend.
9.775.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for your support. What's on for tonight's stream? We're flying from Detroit to White Plains for Citation Max's birthday event. Detroit to White Plains, which is operated in a SkyWest CRJ 900. We're going to operate it in a 737-800. Does X-Planes better flight dynamics justify switch from Microsoft and flight training purposes? I know it can't be substitute for real flying, I just want to keep current. Tough to say, Stefano, to be honest with you, man. It's really tough to say. In my opinion, no, but I don't fly in the real world. So what do I know, right? In my opinion, if you're just trying to stay... If you're just trying to stay current and you just want to keep yourself in the mind frame of flying, I think both sims are perfectly fine. You could use whatever sim, and I think you'd be fine. Where is White Plains? Just north of New York. It's really close to New York. I'll be joining you this afternoon on the flight. I'll be flying an EasyJet. Oh, no. Do you have V-Pilot Design KHPN? I think so. I had to buy it on the marketplace. Yes, V-Pilot Design. They only sold it on the marketplace. That's the one that Max suggested I pick up.
Cannon 7 Foxtrot, you are so off course. Turn left heading 090 degrees. London Control, hello. Speaker 915, Castevens 340. Station calling, stay call sign only.
Thormar, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude, for the 1500 Icelandic. Appreciate it, man. Pretty good marketplace, only one like you said. Yeah, that's the one that Max said. There's a decent freeware, and there's another shitty payware. But look at the clouds down there, beautiful. What's the weather doing? What's EGPK?
Shuttle 4 Foxtrot, climb flight level 340.
May hop on Vatson with you tonight and fly along. Sounds good. Winds are 200 at 17 knots, few at 2200, scattered at 2700. Boy.
Euro 53 November X-ray, London Control, roger.
Look at those clouds, though.
Logan 708, London Control, District 1, Golf arrival for Gatwick.
FSX scenery, that's the one, thank you.
Gatwick, Logan 708.
Ryanair 1 Uniform Foxtrot, Mighty Unicom.
Out Unicom, Ryanair 1 Uniform Foxtrot, thank you, goodbye.
Ryanair 196, with you passing flight level 130 for flight level 330.
Ryanair 196, London Control, climb flight level 190.
190, Ryanair 196.
London Blue Max
917 with you, cruising at 7.
Introducing now an adult zone only for people from 16 and up.
2989 London Control, roger.
What's this here? What are we talking about?
478 London.
478, go ahead.
Lufthansa 478, climb flight level 330.
478.
Easy 2989, climb flight level 330.
Coming flight level 330, easy 2989 now.
Okay, 514, level 80. Descend 80.
Fun and controller, I watch him do ATC on Twitch sometimes. Where's Jamie? I know London Controller. He's not controlling, that's not Jamie.
Cyclone 150 was not said in the...
At least the controller's not getting on mute. No, I'm just listening for my call sign.
You need to read the chart.
I don't want to miss it.
Apologies, I can 514.
Blue Max 08, contact London 119.775.
Sounds like him. Jamie's also very friendly on voice most of the time that I've seen. And Jamie, I think, streamed all day, so he's probably not controlling.
Blue Max 9817, London Control, climb now, flight level 320.
All right, we are going to plan for the ILS.
1040.
Oh no.
Range 1040, roger.
Spirit Wings is still here. There's the Turnberry transition that we selected. So, as I spoke about, if we go over to EGPK and we go to procedures and we go to approaches, you'll see here's the Turnberry 1, which is what we are taking. The Turnberry 2 is not available, I think because of our aircraft type. So we're taking the Turnberry 2. So it takes us out to Turnberry, and then it's a nice procedural turn in for the ILS runway 12. Lots of room. It's actually quite a big runway, almost 10,000 feet. The only thing, we have to go full length. Full length, that's what's kind of crazy. When I was looking at this, because there's, I mean, shit, I don't think we can hit Mike. I don't even want to try. But you're basically going full length to Quebec. And then it's Quebec and then Romeo. And Romeo all the way down.
9817, fly heading 320 degrees.
And then we're coming in here onto Alpha. This controller's about to lose his shit. It's coming.
9817.
It's coming.
917, go ahead, climb up 320.
917, you need to pay attention. Fly heading 320 degrees.
20, 917.
KLM 7 Foxtrot, own navigation direct to D-bow.
Dude, flying in London is just, it's a whole different, flying on London control, dude, it's just a whole, it hits so different, man. This is where the VATSIM memes come from, dude, I'm not even joking. Like, this is where, this is where the VATSIM memes got, like, this is it. This is a VATSIM meme generator.
Stupid 915, when ready, descend flight level 250, level by Logan.
When ready, descend to Prestwick, level by Logan, fast speed 915.
Finnair 4 Charlie Echo, climb flight level 350.
It's ridiculous, man.
Flight level 350, Finnair 4 Charlie Echo. Ryanair 196, squawk 0504.
0504, copied.
Shuttle Foxtrot, Mighty
Navigraph is crazy. Used to print all the charts at my work, had thousands. Oh yeah.
Descend flight level 200.
Now that you've got Navigraph and you just got it like this, like it's so amazing, man. Not only this, but like you can quickly check on the weather too. Now that they've got weather reports, got TAF reports, like it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Quebec Yankee London. Roger. Shanix 8 Alpha Whiskey, descend flight level 200, level Abeam Elvos.
This controller is ruthless? Yes, he is. Doesn't give two fucks. 80 miles.
Flight level 200, level Elvos.
About 5-10 minutes, chat.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, Mighty Unicom.
Unicom, thanks for ETC. Have fun tonight.
Finnair 4 Charlie Echo, stop, climb flight level 330.
Unicom, we're safe, chat. We didn't miss our call sign. And we wished him that he has fun. You can even see the weather on the Navigraph. I never have turbulence as well. Yep, you can see turbulence. You can do all kinds of stuff, man, now with this whole thing. You can do weather. It's pretty crazy, man. It is pretty crazy. You can go out. You can see all the cloud cover. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's pretty wild. We're actually going to be coming up over something in the descent here. Should have some pretty gnarly weather off the left nose. We actually might be able to see it building up. Well, it's definitely out there. Some nastiness. You can actually check real life ATIS and VATSIM IVO. ATIS is Navigraph now. There you go. Yeah, it's awesome. It is cool. Seems so quiet now? Yeah, because people aren't getting yelled at. Hold on, we'll put some music on, okay? Here. People aren't getting yelled at on VATSIM anymore. Gigliotis, how are you, my friend? Welcome back. Thanks. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're enjoying them, man. Chicken noodle on rye? What's that? That sounds kind of good. Had my first 2 flights in VATSIM today, EGKK to LFSB. I guess I had luck. There you go. Sweet. A soup sandwich. That clueless pilot. I got you. Okay. I was about to say, yes. The struggle. The struggle was real for them today, but that's okay. Hey, they got out of it. They're good. That's all that matters. They made it work. Eten, how are you, my friend? Welcome. All the way from Israel. Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying your evening, my friend. Military used name we use for turds. Got you. Hey, like I say, man, everybody's got to start somewhere. I'm always sympathetic for the couple people. What I don't like is when the people are clearly in over their head and they're on VATSIM. That's when it's just like, you know, you have to. I do agree when I see like the posts about, you know, how VATSIM is degrading. I think a lot of people need to realize that like VATSIM isn't this like elitist network where like you have to be proficient. Like everybody started off not really being sure. There are a couple people who got into VATSIM probably after like real world training or something like that. But again, like over 90% of the flight sim community has no real world flying experience. So they have to learn. You have to learn somewhere, right? I mean, I wish I had done like my first VATSIM flights when like I was streaming, so you guys were able to witness how bad I was. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't start streaming until I was like, you know, comfortable with a lot of like situations with flight, or at least I understood them. But I don't know. I do think that people are too quick. They like get into this hobby, and like the first thing that they do before they know how to fly, before they know how to like make proper comm calls or anything, they're jumping in and they're flying Spirit Wings in the middle of London Control on a Thursday evening, full of ATC, and it's like, come on, you know, like that's cool. You want to fly on the network, that's fine, but like go fly somewhere in, you know, fly somewhere where it's not gonna be like you heard. We were on that network for 20 minutes and it's non-stop communication. Like you can barely get a word in. Pilots stepping on top of one, like that's not something that somebody who's new to VATSIM and like flight sim should be doing, right? I agree with that, but you can't stop. Most people I think understand that they shouldn't put themselves in that situation, but I think also that some people don't care and they just, maybe they want the challenge. I don't know. I'd like to use VATSIM, just can't afford to lose any more frames. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, dude. I mean, there are options out there, Strody. Will says that he uses for his VATSIM, he uses the IVAO model matching, and apparently the IVAO model matching is like much better on performance because the models are like 480p. They're not like done in 4K. Part of the problem with what do I use for my model matching? I can't remember what the hell that program's called. I'm drawing a blank today with a lot of things that we're using. FSLTL. I use FSLTL for the model matching. Problem with that is the models are all done in 4K. So, yeah. Rocking 51 FPS. Well, we're up at climb, right? So, that's why. The FSLTL models are great. They're good. They do all like the flaps. They do like the sounds. Like you'll see flaps, sounds, lights. Like there's a lot that's animated. But you know, part of me wishes there was like a light version. Like me personally, I don't care to see engine blur from a VATSIM model, right? And I know that's exactly why I'm losing so many amount of frames, because it has to draw all of that in for all the airplanes. All the lights have to be synced up as well. Like when the pilot turns the beacon light on, you actually see it in the sim. You know, it's crazy. I wish there was a light version where I could turn all of that off. Kind of like what they do with scenery, where they'll let you turn off the inside of the airport, or like, you know, Ultra HD textures or like whatever they add. There's like options. I hope that one day we see that in FSLTL where they offer like a 480p model, because like I'm not sitting there, you know, zoomed in on a VATSIM model looking at the rivets and like, oh wow, look, it actually says like, as long as my livery of my airplane that I'm flying is of this quality, that's all that matters, right? That's all that really should matter. It shouldn't matter about my VATSIM model that's over there on the other side of the airport being 4K, you know? That's the least of my worries. Okay, initial descent, because we are about 25 miles from our descent. Looks like we need to be at Toxta for 7,210 knots. Let's have a quick look-see here, and we're going to see if it has that there. Toxta 210 7,000. I mean, doesn't get... Default airplane, by the way, chat. Let's flip this down. We're going to go down to 7,000. There we go. We've got that ready to go, and we'll hit the progress tab, and we're 24 miles till top of descent. So we're looking good. Fantastic. Well, maybe not 4K, but it should look better than the old CSLs and X-Plane did. I would agree, yes. But like even Andy, 480p, man. Think about how small that model is. Like just that's all we need, man. And not only would like 480p probably take the install size probably down to 10 gigs, I guarantee you we'd be getting much better performance. I wonder if there's a way that we could do that, Andy. What do you think? Do you think there's a way that you could just take, because it's just a folder in your community folder, do you think you could take the existing files and convert them from whatever texture they're in, whatever size they're in? That'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Because you'd have to do every single livery, and all the assets probably need... Yeah, I don't know. Nope, maybe not. Always wanted to be a VATSIM controller, but was afraid not to be able to dedicate that much time to it. Yeah, would be a hell of a lot of work, it would. But I think they should do it. I've had a VATSIM account for over 8 years, and I have never done a flight. No real reason. I understand it all, but I like to get up and walk away during my flights. Nothing wrong with that. Seen that Jeff has started being controller on VATSIM. Yes, he is. He's over on... does a lot of controlling out of St. Louis, his hometown. Pretty cool. Dennis, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome. Hope all's well. Use AI to do it? Jesus. Are we really at that point? Daniel, how are you, man? I am doing it tonight. Yeah, we're going to be flying the 737 from Detroit to White Plains. If you're AFK, what do you do if a controller calls you? I mean, you're just AFK. You're not there. What I always like to do is when you're filing your flight plan, you can leave a little remark when you're filing your flight plan, and if you are doing like a long haul or something like that, you can always say, you know, may be away from PC, will monitor every 45 minutes, every hour, or whatever, right? I always tell people, like, unless you're doing like an overnight flight, you know, in that case, there's really no, well, I guess you're doing it to get hours, essentially. I get why you would do it, but yeah, I always just put in the comments, you know, like, even if you're doing an overnight flight, like, overnight flight not here for, and then either what's going to happen with VATSIM, I've seen both things happen. You'll either get, the supervisor will just kick you off the network, so you get disconnected, and then you reconnect whenever you come back to sit at your PC, or I suggest just doing that. If you want to get up and leave for a couple hours, just disconnect from the VATSIM network, and then, you know, log back in when you're here. I don't know. Or just leave a message in your remarks saying will not be here, periodically checking on the sim every couple hours, whatever. And if they want to call a supervisor and get you kicked off the network, then so be it. Now, I think if you get caught doing it too many times, I think you end up top of descent here in 2 miles. I think what happens is you end up, they'll end up actually kicking you off the network for a couple weeks. You don't want that to happen. Basti, what's up? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. There's no return flight, Lammy. No, I've got to run to an appointment. We will have another stream this evening. And then, of course, we are having a long haul this weekend. So this weekend, we're going from JFK to Munich. So you can convert the FSLTL 4K textures pretty easily using XNView MP. There's a good post about it on MS forums. Can I post a link here? Unfortunately, YouTube will not let you post a link, Oyston. You can send me that on Discord if you're in my Discord. If not, you can put ! Discord. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has also thought about this and thought about bringing the file size down from 4K. I think it's insane, dude. And I also think, again, you know, we wonder why we struggle at so many airports. We lose 7, 10, 15 FPS sometimes. We wonder why. Again, it's because we're running all these 4K models in a sim that is so heavily CPU bound and dependent. It makes complete sense. It took me a while to figure out why we were just getting such shitty frames, but it all makes sense, man. When it was members, we just had the members only it's the last Sunday of every month, Harsh. So we just did one. The next one will be October 29th. $30 days till I leave for World Flight Chat. 30 days. Been a long time, been away from the channel. How's it been, Cap? Recently gotten to flying Microsoft in VR the past 2 weeks. Very cool, Tyler. All is good, man. All is good. Cannot complain one bit. All is good. Which plane are you using for the long haul? This one right here. We are taking this one. Default 747-800. Not on Discord, it's the LTL FS live traffic deliveries is live thread. Okay, I'll try and find that after if anybody wants to search for that. Yeah, World Flight's going to be incredible, man. We're going to have the finalized schedule as well on Monday. So hopefully on Monday's stream, I'll be able to share the schedule with you guys. So we can kind of start planning when we're going to be here. So the way that we're going to do it is I'm going to live stream the entire event. So the whole event is going to be up on my channel from the day that I get there. So probably Saturday night or Sunday morning. I'll start the live stream from there, and obviously I'll end it on Friday when the event ends. Friday evening I'll end it, but I'm going to be streaming on my channel the entire event with links directly to the websites and stuff. I don't know why I think we need to throw out a little bit of ground spoiler here to get back on track. We're slightly above schedule here, so let me just throw out a little bit of ground spoiler. We'll get ourselves back on track. I guess the airplane didn't want to descend too heavily, but we got to get ourselves back on track. I probably missed a decel. So anyways, the stream's going to be live, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up chat every time that I'm live. So I'm going to be live probably for about 4 to 6 hours every day. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you'll be able to come and see me streaming. I think on average, most of my flights are, you know, it's 2 flights, right? You get 2 flights. I'll be first officer, flying out of the captain's seat, pilot monitoring, not first officer, pilot monitoring and pilot flying. So you'll see 2 different scenarios every day. So again, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'll be live. Wednesday, I'm not live. And then Thursday, Friday to finish as well. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Ground spoilers in now. We're looking good. We're back on track. Back on descent schedule. Question. How much cargo had you originally planned for this flight? I want to try something in SimBrief with the 747-400. Cargo? I don't know. I let the cargo when I'm doing this, Andy. When I do passengers, I just select the passengers and I put the cargo on auto. So it usually, I forget, it does like, it does the cargo based usually off the passengers that you have. So I didn't, I can give you my weights. Like that's my 0 fuel weight if you want to try and do that. That was the 0 fuel weight, which probably would have used for cargo as well. It was about 50%, 51% load on the airplane at that 0 fuel, which makes sense because we have barely any fuel, right? It's only an hour and a half flight or an hour and 42-minute flight. Cappy Bly, the Black Square TBM? No, they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted a review copy, and I politely declined, as I have no purpose for flying. I just wouldn't fly it, man. I wouldn't fly it, and I wouldn't want to, yeah. I wouldn't want to promote something on the channel or take something from a development group with them expecting me to fly it. I would probably fly one flight with it, and then that would be it. You know me, man. I'm not a general aviation flyer. I just don't, it's just not my thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my thing. I much prefer flying this type of airline. Right, and Scottish Control gave us a ping. We'll call up Scottish Control. Scottish Control, very good evening. Cargolux 37 Bravo, flight level 260, descending flight level 70.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, Scottish Control, hello, descend flight level 130.
130, Cargolux 37 Bravo. Right, 13,000 feet.
Scottish Control, good evening. Lufthansa 494 Heavy, flight level 380.
Lufthansa 494.
Get a little bit of ground spoiler out. We're getting a little bit high up on the profile.
2306.
V1 enjoys it. Yep, V1 flies. I mean, V1 is a real pilot. He started off flying. It doesn't mean that I'm going to enjoy it. Like I just mentioned, I don't. Again, with the Ted, I feel like you got to let go of the comparisons. Ted, there's absolutely zero comparisons between any of the people that you keep bringing up in stream, man. He used to fly generally. Didn't he like start flying like a King Air, I believe, like from? I think he was flying King Airs before and stuff like that. I think it's all content creators don't have to be the same, man. Just because V1 flew it doesn't mean Captain Canada has to fly, right? So everybody's going to have their opinions and their differences in what they want to fly, man. There's nothing wrong with that at all. At all. If anything, it gives you, it's good because it gives him content that other people aren't doing, right? So, always do what makes you happy and the hell with everyone else. I wouldn't say it's that. Like, I
expect the ILS 12.
We'll expect the ILS 12, Cargolux 37 Bravo. Yeah, I don't have gambling turned on here, Christina. It would just be that all day long, people gambling. It would just be too crazy. Remember, guys, if you did enjoy the content, or you are enjoying the content, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. I know it's a little bit of a shorter stream this afternoon, so I'm not expecting our usual 300 likes, but hopefully we could hit, I don't know, 250 likes, 200 likes, something like that. Recall checked. Auto brake is checked. Wait, okay, hold on. It actually makes you do the recall now. Okay, fuel tanking, that's fine. We'll do recall check. Landing data. Let's go to our NITREF. We're going to do flaps 30. We're going to be landing 147 on the VAP is what we're looking for. So we'll set that. We need our minimums. Minimums, we have been confirmed on the ILS runway 12. Minimums will be on the ILS 238 on the Barrow. So 238 is what we're looking for.
Descend flight level 80. Expect the ILS 25. I'm ready to descend flight level 80. Expect ILS T5. Busy 638 Yankee.
Right, 238 Barrow is set. Good. Approach briefing. Well, you know the approach briefing, chat. We're going to be expecting the ILS runway 12. I believe we're going to either get radar vectors. We might be getting a procedural turn here from Turnberry VOR. Other than that, everything should be set. If we come down here to our NavRad, ILS 1103, 123. Descend flight level 90, Cargolux 37 Bravo. Alright, flight level 90 for us now on the descent. Man, I hate the mouse acceleration. You know what's going to be great? The mayhem that Citation Max is going to experience tonight. He's flying. He's smart.
Apple 2 Papa arrival for
he's
Prestwick. When
he's
ready,
smart.
descend flight level 330.
Yeah, 830 for Cargolux 5923.
Blue Max 9817, fly heading 345.
Heading 345, Blue Max 9817.
Blue Max 9817, start descent now please.
Good, Litos. So far so good, man. No real issues. It's done everything. I found the little toga switch. We found the toga switch this afternoon, which was great. Yeah. Everything's good. Life is good. How'd you feel to be the captain of all you survey? Oh man, playing a captain on the internet who does flight sim. Oh yeah, you know. We live in a crazy world, man. I always say that. Where's the toga switch? You can't find it, so it's like, I can't show you right now. It's basically here. These two buttons right here. You hit those two buttons, and it goes into toga mode. Those two, right there. That'll push it into toga. You're the captain of that table and the monitors, exactly.
Scout Control, good evening. Blue Max 11 Michael 253
Did you say that the new 747 update is better than the Salty? Yes, I would. Honestly, I would. Yeah.
Blue Max 1 November Mike, Scottish Control. Hello, Roger. Cargolux 5923, turn left.
Yeah, with all the updates that have been done to
heading.
this plane, from working title and everything, it's it's good. It's a good airplane. It is a great airplane. I feel like my view should be back, maybe just like right about there. A little bit better.
Sure, easy 638 Yankee, leave black.
Who's Blue Max? Is that like Ryanair's part of like the Ryanair thing?
50 degrees, easy 638 Yankee. Cargolux 37 Bravo, fly heading 305.
Heading 305, Cargolux 37 Bravo. Alright, nice. We're already getting vectors. 305, select.
So, the heading was 307.
Kind of sucks because we can't do the procedural turn, but we're still getting.
Correct.
It's very nice.
5923, heading 307.
That's great, thank you, Cargolux 5923. Thank you, descend now, flight level 130.
What we'll do is we'll go to flight level change now as well.
Blue Max 9817, turn left heading 330 degrees.
227 Blue Max 917.
Ryanair 1619 with me.
This cloud's beautiful, isn't it?
No, 1619,
That sunset coming as well. It's gorgeous. Ryanair UK. Cool, is there an update for the content manager? You just have to delete the salty mod. I would delete the salty mod, and then honestly, what I would do, Seb, is I'd go to the content manager, I would remove the 747, and I would reinstall it fresh. That's what I would do. So remove the salty mod out of your community folder, go into the content manager, delete it, and then reinstall it. Because that way you're for sure making sure you're deleting all the salty, and you're bringing all these in.
4 Foxtrot, turn left by 15 degrees.
We're gonna listen up here. I feel like there's gonna be
left 15 degrees. That will be
some instructions coming up here soon. Coming up on 10,000 feet. I'm gonna bleed off that speed to 250 now.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, descend out to 6,000 feet. Prestwick QNH 1010.
6,000 feet, 1010. Cargolux 37 Bravo. Alright, 6,000 feet, 1010 on the altimeter. Speed's coming back. I'm going to actually bug 240 for the descent. This controller seems a little bit more relaxed than London. Wow. Yes. Also, he's probably got a quarter of the aircraft flying in the airspace, right?
Cargolux 5923, resume my navigation direct to Toxter.
Toxter 5923.
And Blue Max 9817, no navigation, direct cut.
On navigation.
There's 10,000 feet. The seatbelt ding, the cabin announcement. I like that it even does that now. When you're passing through 10,000 and descending through, it does that little ding if you have the seatbelts on auto.
Shuttle 4 Foxtrot, turn right heading 330 degrees, vectoring LSTD.
Okay, I've come in a little bit late. Did I miss anything? Missed a beautiful departure. Great flight so far, and we're just about to land the beast.
Easy 638 Yankee, descend flight level, correction, descend now to altitude.
And again, I'm not using a landing rate monitor for this airplane, guys, so we're going to have the replay. We'll be able to judge the landing. Obviously, we've got the head shake on as well, so you'll know if it's a firm landing. But from my test, the landing rate numbers that come back from this airplane and the 787 are just mumbo jumbo.
Cargolux 5923, speed 270 knots for left.
And I believe we've got 6,000 feet on the transition.
170.
170, Blue Max 917.
So we could set that now. I could go barrel and set 1010. We'll do it now. Just help us. There's 1010. Good. Which GPU should I get? The 7800 XTX or 4070 Ti? I'm worried about the 12 gigs of the 4070 Ti. I mean, the frame generation that you would get with the 4070 Ti is, I think, the most impressive thing right now. That's just my personal opinion. I would also suggest talking to somebody who knows a little bit more about it. But that frame generation is pretty crazy, man.
Easy 108 November, Scottish.
Yeah, good evening, Easy 108 November. Go ahead.
108 November, Scottish Hello. I see your request for the PDC. Just stand by for that. Just got a small tech issue. I'll call you back very shortly.
What's your landing rate monitor in real life? That's what I mean. See, no. As much as I like the landing rate monitor, I also think that it's, you know, I think people focus too much on it. I know it's a live stream. I know we're supposed to be having fun for it, but like some people go hard and are just like, you know, they think that like a 200 foot per minute landing is just the end all be all as far as landings. I wish there was, like you said, I wish somebody made like an app that you could have on your phone and you could like maybe rate. I wonder if you could do that. Could you rate the G's of landing or like a foot per minute? I guess not, maybe. It'd be difficult to do, but it'd be cool if there was something like that in real life that you could monitor. Microsoft actually does run better when VSync is off. Yeah, I don't use VSync. Excuse me.
Confirm Blue Max 9817, flight level 17.
Just fly to Brazil with Cargolux route suggestion ELX to SPKB.
Blue Max 9817, that's correct. Further descent shortly.
That would be a long one.
37 Bravo, turn left heading 295.
Left turn 295, Cargolux 37 Bravo.
Euro 53 November X.
It's got to correct me for the wind. We've got that 41, sorry, not wind right now. How's Daisy doing? She's good. She's good, man. Honestly, Litos, it wouldn't surprise me if everyday landings were even a little bit harder than that, man. You know, passenger comfort is a thing, but landing the aircraft properly is the most important thing.
Easy 638 Yankee, turn right, heading 280
Those are
degrees,
armed.
when established, localizer 25, descend on the glide.
Right, 280 degrees, on establishment, LS25, descend on the glide, is ET.
He must be landing in Glasgow.
And Easy 108 November, could you just resend the PDC, please? Blue Max 9817, descend flight level 80.
Yeah, but you fly the 757 when it comes out? Yes, of course. Absolutely, Zeus.
6575, descend flight level 80.
I've actually become, I've had quite a few conversations with the developer, Bluebird. He's actually here in chat sometimes as well. So, yes. I'm looking forward to that aircraft.
4 Foxtrot, turn left heading 305.
Airport should be down there. I don't know if we'll see it. Pretty cloudy right now. Might get a view. It's down here somewhere. I think I can just start to see it. Yeah, it's right here. You can see one of the runways.
917, fly heading 005.
005, 9817.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
2,000 feet, Cargolux 37 Bravo. Alright, 2,000 feet. We'll go level change. 2,000. Good. What scenery? Joshua, exclamation point scenery in chat, then follow the Nightbot command, or you can check the link in the description, man. I always put a link of whatever scenery I'm using. Payware, freeware, whatever it is, man. There's always a link for you available, man. This is a freeware scenery downloaded off flightsim.to, and it is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Especially for freeware. It offers exactly what I need. Mr. Danielberry, it's out on Monday, Dan. It is out on Monday. So we may get it this weekend, but I think it's going to be made public on Monday. Is there any scenery from Madeira? Yes. There's freeware, and I think there's payware.
Max 9817, you've got about 35 miles, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1009.
1009, 4,000, Blue Max 9817.
Easy 6575, vectoring ILS23, fly heading
Jared, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back.
340, vector ILS23, easy 6575.
I'm going to start bringing my speed back now.
Euro 53 November X-ray, vectoring ILS12,
go like 220.
fly heading 310 degrees, and descend to altitude 6,000 feet.
Have you ever flown into Moscow? We have, yes. For obvious reasons, right now I'm kind of avoiding that part of the world. Hope you understand. Have you ever flown to Madeira? Yes, lots of times, man.
Cargolux 5923, descend flight level 90, speed now 250 knots.
Lots and lots of times.
90250.
53 November X-ray, speed down 250 knots.
250 Eurocross in November X-ray.
Scottish Golf.
Thursday's the best day of the week. 2 cap streams. Yes, we are live again this evening, which will be nice. Do you have Russian viewers? I'm not sure. I would assume so. Flight Sim's pretty big in Russia, I believe.
Scottish control with me.
Easy 26, go ahead.
Easy 26, Scottish control.
Might have to attend a meeting on Tuesday from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. and I think that might conflict with the flight schedule.
25, we'll do that now.
What's okay, Dan? We'll probably know.
Range 33, track master touchdown, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, the QNH 1009.
I don't think there's... Wait. Or send me a DM, Dan. I don't understand.
575, range 34 miles to touchdown, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1009.
Alright, 2,000 feet
for,
over the water. Just curious, have you ever considered doing failure scenarios for stream? Could be fun. So Jared, I have. I gotta be honest with you, man, for somebody like myself that isn't trained to deal with any of those issues, it really would just be a clickbait stream, man. If you want to watch like a stream with like somebody doing failures and stuff like that, you got to go watch like the professionals, man. You got to go watch V1. You got to go watch Flight Deck to Sim. For me to do, I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I'm not trained in any of that stuff, right? So that's my. Although I think that yes, it could be cool content. I also think that, and I don't want to be like clickbaiting and doing stupid stuff, right? So that's my outlook on it. Altimeter set. We've got speed brake armed. Wait for the rest of those. It's going to give us a right turn. Like for me, it's like, oh, we lost an engine. Let's go find the closest airport and land.
Right heading 090 degrees, cleared ILS 12.
Right turn 090 degrees, cleared ILS 12. Cargolux Suite 7 Bravo. Right.
26, that flight has come through. Refile again, please.
Right turn 090, so it's getting us all the way around. Chat, we're just looking to have a nice landing. We don't want to float it. We don't want to smash it.
4,000, easy 6.
Just a nice soft landing. With further concerns, the 60 to 100 and 80 foot permit to be an ideal firm value when landing is flown manually or with auto. Which confirms 60 to 180 feet per minute. I don't understand. Wouldn't that be a little bit soft?
Easy 1 Delta Yankee,
It'd be cool if you partner with someone who has a real pilot to walk through a few scenarios like educationally. Could be cool, yeah. Could be cool. It's a neat idea.
Takeoff from way 24, easy 1 Delta Yankee.
Is this a return? No, we're just doing the one flight today. We are back live again this evening, flying in Citation Max's birthday event, which is going to be awesome. It'll be a lot of fun. Our V approach speed was 147. Here comes localizer.
Euro 53 November X-ray, turn left heading
Cat.
300 degrees.
See how well it does on the localizer. Did a pretty good job. A little bit of a burn through, but not too bad.
9817, descend down to 3000 feet, cleared AlexSiu.
Go and arm approach.
3000, cleared AlexSiu, thank you, max 9817.
If it doesn't just keep fishing left and right trying to find the glide slope. I think it had a little bit of trouble because we've also got a 24 knot quartering tailwind right now. That's why I think the airplane's having a little bit of an issue intercepting. I'm sure ideal landing would be between 60 to 180 foot per minute in airliners. Don't you think that's a little bit low? I think 60 foot per minute is a little bit low. I'm thinking the average is probably between like 180 and 300. I think Airbus says their foot per minute should be 160 plus. I know that. That's been spoken about before. Airbus states it should be 180 plus for landing, so 240 foot per minute is considered a hard landing. Again, it depends what airplane. If you're in a 747, 240 foot per minute is nothing. That's probably average landing, right? Flaps 10 degrees. 360 risking damage if the aircraft is overweight. Again, that's foot per minute. I think you can have a completely different number with a G rating, right? Flaps 25. 1,000 feet. Yoke cam's going on. Flaps are full. Recording our replay. My airplane.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, the wind 190 degrees, 13 knots, 12 clear land.
My throttles. Clear land runway 12. Cargolux 37 Bravo. Thank you. Alrighty, let's do it. Sounds are up. Enjoy, chat.
Euro 13 November, push on approved.
Back on track.
P6 flight for level 3501.
Level 350.
Euro 53 November X-ray, turn left heading 290 degrees and speed 180 knots or less.
290 degrees, 180 or less. The Euro 53 November X-ray.
400.
Cargolux 593, heading 314.
Cargolux 593, turn left heading 295, speed 220 knots.
200. Minimum.
Continue. 270 degrees, for localizer established 23.
100.
Nice crosswind right now.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Decrab. Beautiful. Into the wind. Don't tip over airplane. Nose down gently. Okay, good. We actually maintain that crab. Nose is down, reversers are out. Decelerating. 70 knots. Reversers are stowed. We have to go all the way down to the end of the runway.
053 November X-ray, turn right heading 090 degrees, cleared ILS 12.
Auto brakes off. Beautiful.
Euro 5 November X-ray.
638 Yankee, welcome to Aldergrove, taxi stand 13.
Taxi stand 13, 638 Yankee, cheers.
Alright, we're going all the way down.
Pleasure. Shuttle 4 Foxtrot, welcome to Belfast City. Taxi to...
Keeping my speed up because we got to get to Quebec.
That's right, Shuttle 4 Foxtrot.
For everybody wondering, Sim Toolkit Pro gave us a 233. Again, I don't trust those numbers, but 233 is what it gave us. That's the landing.
I wasn't sure if I cut you in just a bit too tight there.
Alright, we need to slow down.
And Blue X 1 November Mike request strict turn.
We need to make this turn, and can we even make this turn?
Blue X 1 November, I'm afraid north is closed to deal with Unicom 1
Okay, I guess we'll try and make this turn.
E26 requesting direct to Subic.
E26 redirect to Subic.
Direct to Subic. Easy 26.
Boeing 327, you can redirect now to Lakey.
Yeah, I think we're off course.
All right, 233. That's the rate it's given us. Well, again, that's what SimToolkit Pro is giving us. Pretty sure we had
Easy 12 Delta Yankee, rate directed to NAVSO.
a bunch of different. Good thing there's nobody like right behind me. God, dude, taxing this thing around is crazy.
Cargolux 5923, descend, disregard.
How about the G impact? Yeah. That gave us a 1.06 G. Again, I don't think that it actually calculates these numbers correctly because of the way that Microsoft, like, I'll try and go over it when we watch the replay. We have the replay, so I'll try and go over it. You'll see that, I'll stop the recording now. You'll see that Microsoft does this very weird thing when the wheels touch down. It's not like a smooth touchdown the way you would think, like wheels coming down. It's very weird. But anyway, so I'm super happy with that landing, especially as we haven't flown this airplane all that much. I'm perfectly happy with that one. Now I can't remember, can I turn off the engines or no? I don't know if I can turn off engines. We're going to get landing lights off, strobe lights off.
Cargolux 37 Bravo, you can taxi to us, for choosing. Have a good day.
Set of our choice, thanks for wonderful ATC. We'll see you soon. Cargolux 37 Bravo.
Yes, welcome. Euro 53 November X-ray, runway.
All right, let's go ahead and spool up the APU now that we're down on the ground. Good.
Euro 53 November X-ray.
Remember, guys, if you did enjoy that, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. We're looking for 250 likes before the end. Might be a 2-engine taxi. You're not wrong, but I just don't want to shut down the engines for the replay, Andy. I don't want to get stuck.
Redirect, Cross, easy, 12 Delta Yankee.
If we turn off the engines, it may completely mess up the replay. Yeah. She turns slow, dude. It's crazy. Like, you cannot turn it more than 10 knots, and even at that, you have to add like 40% thrust. It's pretty wild. How accurate is G's? Again, they're all the same. They're not the most accurate numbers that you're gonna get. I don't know. I think that the best way to tell how your landing was something like FS Realistic, where you have the touchdown, because this is based off of, like, you know, whatever the landing rate is. That is honestly the best way of telling if you had a firm landing or not. Ooh, there's company coming in as well. He's got a nice crab going, you can see it.
Brake 5923, turn right, heading 150 degrees, cleared LS12.
I still think these airplanes, it definitely felt better than it normally does, but you even saw, like, with that 14 knot crosswind component, the airplane was still really got to keep it together. That's a 350, maybe it's just not showing up as a 7.4.
Sorry, and the station calling for, there's another station
right
calling.
On the 1,000 footers, nice landing.
7 X-ray, you on frequency?
Right, we're coming into the ramp, and I believe, like, this is our parking.
Max 9817, you can welcome to Edinburgh, contact Edinburgh ground 121.7.
This is where they park this beast. Very nice cost of landing in terms of keeping it centerline. Those numbers keep me anxious, but I've learned to ignore them. Yeah, you can't, like I said, man, you can't, I feel like people have, like, started taking them a little bit too much to heart. It's not, again, airplanes are meant to land, right? You don't have to get that absolute greasy butter every single time. Sometimes, like you said, the weather, man, you have a 15 knot crosswind, whatever it may be. Sometimes the weather dictates that, you know, you're going to fly it a little bit differently. Right, I think this is good. We're going to stop it right about there. Good. And let me just get the brakes on for a sec. Good. And I could hear, like, GSX in the background. We went a little bit past the line, but I feel that's good. I think that's exactly where they park. So we'll call her quits right there. Beautiful. It's disconnect from VATSIM. Wonderful. The most important is the touchdown zone. Yes, exactly. Good, Mopar. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. We're going to do a long haul on Saturday. I enjoyed it. We'll probably do the whole week in this bad boy, to be honest with you. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Did you upgrade your Rex Accu Seasons? I did not yet, Diego. No, thank you for reminding me. I forgot about that. I have to. So, I'm not going to do anything with this. Let's go inside. Let me set flaps full all the way again. We'll turn the landing lights on, do all that fun stuff, and we'll then watch the replay. So give me a sec. Let's put flaps all the way full. Watch the replay. We disconnected from VATSIM. We don't need that. We disconnected there. That's good. 233 1.06 G. That's the landing rate. So take it however you would want to take that. 233 feet per minute, 1.06 G rating. One said that it's more important to land the plane in the landing zone and keep it on the center line than the foot per minute. Of course, absolutely, man. Especially like, you know, now obviously this is flight sim, so, you know, we can maybe go for the butter a little bit easier, right? I think you'll look at all flight sim, you know, everybody, you know, we you know, the butter is the ultimate payoff, right? But at the end of the day, I'm perfectly fine with a 200 and something foot per minute landing when we had a beautiful, like that 14 to 17 knot crosswind. That, in my opinion, is much better than getting a grease and being all over the, you know, being all over the runway. Okay, let's hit the play button. It's going to pull us back here. Beautiful. We can go ahead and bring this forward just a little bit, probably like right about there should be good. We'll go ahead and give you guys some wing views here of this landing. We'll all have a look-see at this. Guys, I do apologize about not being able to do the return flight, but just do keep in mind I will be live this evening. So if you're interested, if you're looking for something to do tonight, it's Citation Max's birthday. He's having a special fly-in. They're gonna be fully staffed at White Plains. I have the stream up. It's already up on my channel, but I'll make it so that everybody can see it here in a, well, that you won't have to search it, you'll see it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for that. Keep in mind as well, we are doing a long haul on Saturday. So on Saturday, we're going to be flying this airplane from JFK. See, just before the 1,000 footers. It wasn't that bad of a landing. Could have flared it a little bit more maybe, but I think I was so concerned about that crosswind that I just didn't give a shit. That was definitely a firm touchdown, but I think a perfectly valid touchdown. I think it was a good one at that. But yes, we are doing a long haul on Saturday, so keep that in mind. We're going from JFK to Munich in the 747 as well. So lots of 747 content. This evening we're in the 737 PMDG doing a flight into White Plains. Sure should be a lot of fun. Mods, donators, sponsors, thank you all so much for the support. I truly do appreciate you. You guys are absolutely awesome. Without you guys here, none of this is possible. So thank you all very much for the support. Guys, this is freeware scenery as well, by the way. I highly suggest checking it out. Exclamation point scenery, or check the link in the description below. This deserves some cargo love, that's for sure. I mean, almost planting it on the 1,000 footers. I feel like that was a perfect landing, especially the crosswind correction there at the end. I think we did that perfectly well. We'll have a look-see outside. We'll see what it looks like on the outside landings. But once again, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate every single person that comes to hang out. If you cannot donate using a monetary value, but donate with your time, your effort, smashing down that thumbs up. Thanks everybody for the support. I really, truly do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. I'll leave you all with the outro here. I'll leave you guys with some replays. Have yourselves a wonderful Thursday evening, afternoon. And if you are available, I will see you all tonight for our live stream into White Plains. Happy landings, my friends. See ya. Bye.